Yo, fam, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the fuck are you talking about?
Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. This is A2D Wednesday nights, only on A2D Radio. We are brought to you by the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. We know many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues, and we are happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Tom, Ryan, Frank, Ralph, Noah, Nate, Tori, family out there. What's happening, everybody? Ton to talk about tonight. The Eagles' schedule has been released, and we'll do our way. And I said way, too early prediction. I think it's the worst time in the world. This is where everybody wants to get your 10 and 7s out, I guess. It felt so weird saying that. Like, not saying 10 and 6, because that's usually the MO. 11 and 5, 10 and 6. It feels so weird, right? You know what I mean? It's like 10 and 7. Like, I don't even know. I can't
10 and 7, that's a pipe dream.
I'm talking about this year, asshole. I'm flipping. 7 and 10 might be a pipe dream.
Yes.
7 and 10. I can't even add up. 4 wins might be a pipe dream. 5 might be a pipe dream. I don't know. We'll have some fun with it. We'll at least let you know, the road games on where they're going, at least, because I know this year for a lot of people that's going to be fun to be able to get out on the road a little bit and support the Eagles. So, unlike last year, this year a little bit different, back to some normal. So we'll break it down, let you know what we think way too early. Phillies Nationals reactions. 1-0 Phillies right now. We got bottom 5. Washington's got first and second, 1 out, and Trey Turner's up at the plate, and the Phillies, Herrera was thrown at the plate to end top 5. So usually a team comes back and scores after that kind of shit happens. So we will see, and Trey Turner feels like he kills the Phillies. So we'll see if the Phillies can hold on, right? Got to play better on the road. We've been real sticklers of this, and it would be great to get a series win here in Washington, because unless this is a 4-gamer. No, this got to be 3. Got to be 3, right? Tuesday, yeah, because they were off Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 3-gamer, try to win a series, because they haven't done that on the road yet. And try to change some of the things that plagued them last year in a 60-game season, the year before that. So change the culture. Our main topic at hand is going to be the Sixers and an NBA playoff preview. And we'll talk about everything that can still shake out, not only here in the East, but in the West too, and the playing games, because we still got a lot of moving and shaking there. But the rest of the stuff, you sort of know who's in. And we'll tell you who's going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and who will cut the nets down. Ties into our poll question, brought to you by Body Check Wellness. You can use promo code A2D, get yourself 20% off at checkout. That's bodycheckwellness.com, promo code A2D, 20% off at checkout. Make sure I don't hit the lazy booking poll, and we'll go to the Sixers here. If the Philadelphia 76ers don't reach the NBA Finals, this year will be a disappointment. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the conversation tonight. Let us know. Agree or disagree if the Philadelphia 76ers don't reach the NBA Finals this year will be a disappointment. I've been really hard on just getting to the Eastern Conference Finals was what I wanted and what I stood by. I feel like strange and dirty changing that after all this time. You know what I mean? Even though I believe they will get there, and and I want them to get to the NBA Finals. And will I be disappointed if they don't get there? Yeah, I'll be disappointed because I live and die with my team, and like we all do. So I'm just saying, what I've always said is getting the Eastern Conference Finals this year is now you're playing with house money. Because how many people, honestly, with a gun to your head, preseason had this team going to an Eastern Conference Final? That's where I had them going, and that's why anything less than that would be a disappointment. That's a disappointment for me. If they don't go to an Eastern Conference Final, big time disappointment. Now, do I want them to go to the NBA Final? Yeah. This team's good enough to go. If Joel Embiid's ready to go, they're good enough to go to an NBA Final. I'll be disappointed if they don't win that. You know what I mean? I'll be disappointed if it's anything but a net cut down. But it's not a disappointing season if they don't go to the NBA Finals and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But anything less than that's a disappointment, big time, organizationally. Like if you're a second round exit, then we're talking disappointments. Absolutely disappointed. There's no way to sugarcoat that. But taking the next step for them as players, young players, get me there, and then we'll talk about, then in that moment, would I think anything less? Would I think if they don't go to the finals, would it be a disappointment? Like, find out who we're playing and all that. Like, I can't say that right now. You know what I mean? I can't say, if you don't go to the NBA Finals, disappointment. Who do we see in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does. It does. How, right? It does. Because if you're losing to a team like hypothetically, like you lose like the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals, then we got a problem. Because that should be a layup. If you lose to the Milwaukee Bucks, who've been knocking on heaven's door for how many years now? For 2-3 years, they've been knocking, trying to get there. If you lose to them, I don't consider it a disappointment. I say you took a step, they took a step. Because both organizations are trying to take that next step. For us, it's to get the one. For them, it's to get past one. So the NBA's is a little more different than other sports. If Joe was 30, then yeah. If Ben was 28, 29, still without a jumper probably, then yeah. Okay? Then yeah. Then we're talking disappointments. But on this one, I'm going to say disagree. That's not a disappointment. This year won't be a disappointment. It's the first year of a coaching staff. Okay? It's a first on a weird year too, on a tougher year. And last night was the first hiccup game for them in a while. So, no, it's not like I believe in this team. I believe they're good enough to go to the NBA Finals. But in terms of not changing from where I stood day one before the season started, I'd be a hypocrite to say, oh, now it's a disappointment. So I'm speaking for myself. You guys say whatever the hell you want. I'm speaking on what I've said all year. So I'm going to disagree. Family out there, all you guys and ladies.
Can I disagree to your disagreeing? Because I see you going on a rampage if we don't make it to the finals. Honestly.
Well, on who? I can't tell you. I'm not telling you I'm not gonna be upset. Tor, I never said I'm not gonna be pissed off or upset. I live and die. I'm just telling you that in terms of expectations, it wouldn't be a disappointment. To the masses, you wouldn't be able to say, oh, that's a disappointing year. But to your point, I don't know. If Ben scores 8 a game in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm freaking, you know what I mean? It's execution style. So yes, absolutely. If Joe misses 3 games, you know what I mean? I might have to hold him a little hostage too for a minute, my son. So it just depends. If Tobias shoots 5 for 15 every night, 5 for 18, right? I got to take him to the shed for 5, right? I can't tell you if I get no production from anybody else. If Seth Curry can't make a shot, yes. So there could be yelling and screaming for sure, just like there just was right there.
I was about to say there's always going to be yelling and screaming.
Preview.
What are we talking about? You walk around mad.
Disclaimer.
So I guess since I'm talking, I'll go. So hold on. Did you agree or disagree? I
disagree that it's not a disappointment.
Man, I don't like agreeing. I should go first and you should go behind me because I don't like agreeing with you, man. And I kind of have to agree with you, man. I disagree that it wouldn't be a disappointment. Like, we haven't been out of to the conference final since what, 20 years? Since AI? Like, it's been 20 years since we've been out of the second round of the playoffs. And all of a sudden we think we're going to just go to the finals. Let's have some dogs up there. We got Brooklyn in front of, Brooklyn's not an easy out, and neither is Milwaukee the way they're playing. You know what I mean? And then, I don't think the Heat's a layup the way they've been playing. To me, they're not an easy out. That's a 6-7 game series, easy. To me, you know what I mean? Bam, can he stop Embiid? No, but he'll make Embiid work on both sides of the floor for sure. And they match up well with their guard play. Their guards are big. You know what I mean? They all play defense. They can all switch well. You know what I mean? Tobias is going to have trouble. You know what I mean? And we need Tobias to give us 20 a night. We need that because we got to find it from somewhere else. So I disagree. I disagree to the poll for sure. I don't think it'll be a disappointment. I want them to go. Of course, we all want them to go. We want Broad Street. Who doesn't want that? But if they don't reach it, they haven't done it in 20 years, yo. So would that shock you? No.
No, it's really tough to label. I mean, unless something crazy happens at the end, to Tom's point, like, I think we'll all be disappointed. We'll all be frustrated, angry, et cetera, but it's tough to really label an entire year, an entire season as a disappointment. It's because, I mean, if we lose in the Eastern Conference Finals, whether that's a sweep, whether that's in 5 games, 6 games, or we go obviously to 7 games, we lose to whatever team, whether it's the Nets, the Bucks, Miami possibly, we're going to be upset. But it's like, do we label the entire year and just say, none of it matters, it was all disappointment? Because, I don't know, I mean, we haven't entered the playoffs yet, but this season, I mean, we've had some good times, had some laughs, you know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of good things. So, are we going to just label it all as just, 5 years from now, we're going to look back on it saying, Joel was a bona fide MVP candidate, probably would have won the damn thing if he would have played enough games. Doc Rivers finally a head coach that we can somewhat believe in. Daryl Morey, a GM. I mean, there's so many good things that we can take out of this season. But are we willing to say, we didn't get to the finals, so it's all just a big disappointment? I personally wouldn't say that. Like I said, I'll be upset if we don't get to the finals, but I understand when people say, we're the number 1 seed, therefore you need to make the finals. And I get how expectations change. Completely understand that. It's, if you're expecting one thing before the year, to Tom's point, 90% of us, I would say, on A2D and throughout the city, we weren't expecting number 1 seed, or at least we weren't betting on it. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting, it's going to be another one of these years to where you're, 3, 4, 5 seed possibly, and then you get into the playoffs and then the same things happen. But they showed progression. They showed different players that they can get better, especially Joel Embiid, who's the guy for this team. So I understand the whole, the number 1 seed needs to make the finals. But when you talk about the expectations from before this year, we weren't saying finals or bust. We really weren't. We were saying, okay, let's get past the second round, get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, now it's became finals or bust to a lot of people, but It wasn't like that before the year. It was more Eastern Conference Finals or bust. Was more of the propaganda per se.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's because we can see what they do now, and we know what we expect more from them.
Well, that, and then they have the best record in it. Well, the second best record in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you're at the top of the division, and then not even that on top of the league in terms of your record, then you have an MVP caliber player playing. Yeah. That's just natural to say, hey, we're going to take it all the way. And we're starving, right? We're starving for Broad Street so bad. Who's not? You know what I mean? We're starving to get back out there, especially with all these, stuff with, the pandemic and stuff. Man, that everybody remembers that Eagles, Broad Street Eagles party. It was probably the greatest day of all of our lives. Outside of kids. Mm-hmm. And some of you won't admit it, but it's probably better than your wedding day, right? So it was amazing out there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, now you want to, again, we're starved, like you said. Who doesn't love Broad Street? But
yeah, we're starving.
Expectations are if people out there had him as a 4 seed coming into the year and then saying, big time disappointment. Well, no, you can't shift like that. If you had him as going to an Eastern Conference Finals or Finals to begin with, then stand on the hill. Stand on the hill. You know what I mean? And yell and scream that they better get there. And then you can't. Then there's no argument. But too many people out there just from doing shows and remembering it that in the comments, etc., were saying, oh, 3, 4, maybe even 5. Some people had, right? Some people, it just depended on where people had them. Not many people were out there yelling 1 or 2 seed preseason, at least in the chats that we saw and ran across. And we did a lot of Sixers freaking talk. So, we almost did 15 of them. We're like, oh, where are they going to finish? So, plenty of people. Tori, are you live from Wrigley?
Actually, about to be live from Miami tomorrow night. We're making Spurs.
How's that going to feel against your heartthrob?
You know what? Like, as much as I love Jimmy Butler, I know we all joke and laugh. I know I posted a thirst trap ass picture in my Butler jersey that we all saw. But of course I want the Sixers to win. I'm a Sixers fan. You can be a fan of another player. Yeah, sorry for the echo. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you can be a fan of another player. Like, don't fucking shoot me. Jesus.
You pulled a gun out on you. My goodness
gracious.
gracious.
If Jimmy Butler comes up to me at the game and is like, I've been seeing you tweeting about me. Like, can I get them digits? I'm not going to say no.
I think he's going to ask for more than them digits.
He can ask for whatever he wants, except the number 1 seed and the championship, basically.
There you go. I like how you think.
Fair.
Good man.
He might ask for a picture of your feet.
I was thinking that. Just got the toes did for Jimmy.
Noah, while you're at it, to the poll.
You know what?
No, I don't.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, you know what? It's a disappointment if they don't make the finals, and I'll tell you why.
Why, Noah? Why?
Why? You look at Brooklyn. The three amigos up there hardly played it all together all year. All right? And the rest of the teams in the East, they're good, not great. Look, with Embiid and Simmons, you better be able to get out of the East. Period.
I like it.
You have to reach the finals. There's just no excuse. You got the coach in place. You have who should be the MVP of the league in Embiid. And look, I know we all bitch about how Simmons doesn't shoot and all this other shit. Whatever. He is what he is. But there's a lot of other things he does very well, like making others around him better. We have depth on this team. There's just no excuses. I don't want to hear it. They should be able to make the NBA Finals. And to be honest,
he's different though.
I'm sorry.
It should be. It's different. Like, yeah, they can. They probably can. They should. Whatever you want to, however you want to phrase it. But like, I don't know. Go ahead.
Look, they're the number 1 seed for a reason. They should be able to play like it, and I think they will play like it throughout the postseason. And I have them winning the Eastern Conference. And if they don't, that's a big disappointment.
And tell Tom, I don't want to interrupt you again, Noah.
Whatever I want to do to him. And
never interrupt him again. If you don't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all.
I think that's the guy. The guy stopped. He gave me a 5-second pause, so I feel like it was like time that he wanted to debate a little bit. I felt like he wanted a little something. I don't know. I just felt like that. Like he was ready for, he was ready for a little taste. But I mean, it's not wrong. Like, listen, again, it's not wrong. Like, they're 1 in the East. I get it. Like I said, anybody else, if they want to agree to it, be my guest. You know what I mean? Like, for me, you can't milk a cat, fucker. Jesus.
Somebody say a little taste. What?
Yeah, that's a great drop there, man. I don't know what you were thinking when you said that, Tom, but great drop.
He's full of drops.
You want a little lick? Can't milk a cat.
I'm gonna have a taste of my beer. All right.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Bottoms up.
Ralphie, how you feel about the Lakers, man? They look like shit.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You know who's coming. Let's go right at it.
All right.
Well,
then.
Frank hasn't done his poll yet. Go ahead, Frank.
All right. Thank you, Ralph. How nice of you. You Lakers
Oh,
crumb.
good. This will take an hour.
Of course. To answer the poll question, I disagree to the poll. I think this is far from a disappointment. My MO going into this season, I had them as I think the number 2 or 3 seed. I don't remember. It's been a while since we brought up where the Sixers are going to finish. But, I think for me, it's going to be the Eastern Conference or bust. This is a talented roster, probably one of the best rosters I've seen, for this Sixers team. And I don't see us having an early exit. Now, maybe a certain team up in Long Island, on the other hand, I have them in an early exit. But we know what this team has potential-wise. We know what Doc Rivers can do. You know what he did as a coach. He won an NBA Finals. He took the once laughing stock of the NBA, the LA Clippers, as perennial playoff contenders. They made the Clippers somehow watchable. But, if they fall short of the NBA Finals, all right, I'm fine with it. Would I be bummed? Yeah, I'd be bummed, but would I be full-on disappointed if we fall short of the NBA Finals? No, because you know what? If we make the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm fine with it. There's plenty of room to improve. This is not a win-now mode team. I think we can improve on this just a bit more, and you know what? There's more room to do it, and I think I'm ready. If we don't make it the finals this year, I'm ready for next year.
So you disagree?
Not a win now team. What more do you want?
Right? I'm saying.
I like it.
You got the MVP of the league.
Dude, me and Noah are the only
we were going to have the
ones around
MVP
here.
of the league, but he missed 18 games, and we're going to lose to some fat Serbian kid in Denver. Like, really? Like, if Joel played more games, yeah, we would have an MVP. And if our team didn't fall to COVID several times, yeah, I would be more disappointed. I would love to have a bigger lead in the East. But I'm really glad with what the Sixers have done so far this season. But missing out on the NBA Finals, you know what? If we miss out to, like, let's say a Brooklyn or Milwaukee, you know what? I'm fine. We know how to get better. There's still more room for improvement.
It's gonna be a long off season for me.
Frank, I thought he was Croatian.
Jokic is Serbian.
Okay.
You're really questioning him with that?
No, I was just checking. I don't know. He got excited. I was just checking. I don't know.
Careful about that.
Careful, I'm not going to win that one.
No, I'm not. No.
I took that as gospel.
Tori,
Tori seems you're so upset right now that, like, but you and Noah both, like, yelling and screaming from the
Not
rant.
even upset.
I feel you. You're like,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
upset.
Yeah, we'll get upset. I mean, get upset then, because the two of you, I just feel like you guys are doom and gloom, the two definitions of doom and gloom. And if they don't get there, it's like up in arms. Like, you two should be expecting it by now.
I do expect it, and that's the problem. And that's why I'm smiling right now. So, all right, I'll go. I agree to the poll. I will say, am I echoing still?
No, it's just
This is where you are.
Yeah, it's where you're at.
Yeah.
That's always where I am. Okay. But hell yeah, I agree to the poll. Are you kidding me? Like, I see what you're saying about, okay, who we lose to matters to you. I more so, it matters to me, I guess, how Ben and Joel play and if they get through what games they get through. Like, that will matter to me, and I will, be more hopeful for next year and be, like, at peace with the season, I'll say. But I will be highly disappointed. Like, they're not getting any younger. It's kind of, this season is kind of like a now or, I don't want to say now or never, but, like, how many great seasons are we going to have like this where we have the one seed? And then
that's a great point. Is it now or
I
never?
know, thank you.
No?
Yes.
I don't think that's a great point at all. I think everybody that now or nevers are just too wound up right now. Like now or never. Now or never.
Now or never. I want to say 2 years. Yeah.
We're talking about 27 years old now or never.
I'm riding with my two co-partners on the lower level right here. Because she said now or never. He said, what more do you want? Right? You got the MVP of the league. You got the best record in the NBA, or the second best record. What more do you want from this team to say that they can win? Like, what more can you get? What more can you get? Do you need Ben to be the defensive player of the year to say, okay, now they're going to win the championship? Like, what more can you ask from this team? Isn't this what we had when we won? When we went to the finals? And with AI, you had the MVP of the league, coach of the year, and one of the best records in the league. What fucking more do you want?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like the magic mixture is
Defensive player of the year too,
What'd you say, Ralphie? I didn't hear you.
and a defensive player of the year too on that team, the one team, right?
Who?
Yeah,
Mutombo?
Yeah.
He was a trade-in though. He was hitting it before. He wasn't with us all year. I don't really claim that.
Yeah,
Because he got his ass in the little boy chair when he saw Shaq. That was brutal. Jesus.
I would have rather kept Theo. I would have rather kept Theo back then. I would have rather kept Ratliff.
Come on, Wheeler.
Mutombo did his thing, but I mean, that was just such a bad mismatch. You know what I mean? That was such a bad mismatch against Mutombo. And then Shaq goes out those first two games. Well, no, we won the first game, and then I think he fouled out a game or two here in Philly, and it was just you saw Kobe, right? You saw the beginning of what Kobe was. In the fourth quarter, it was just ugly. You couldn't do nothing.
Fuck.
Right on time.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I just don't think it's now or never. Like, I
The
understand.
Nationals tied the
Never
game
is.
at 1.
Now or never ish.
No, never. It's just unfair. One guy's 24, one guy's 27. Like,
They
or
seem like they're
25.
30 though. I swear to God.
yeah, I get you. That's just the NBA because guys are coming up when they're 18, 19 years old. So it feels like they've been around forever. But still, like, it's not like I get it. Like, okay, people can always going to argue, well, we don't know if Joel's going to be healthy next year. I get that. I understand that. But we also can't guarantee he's going to be out either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, will he miss time? Probably. But we can't assume that it's like a torn ACL. We'll rise him. We'll make him walk again. So don't worry about that. We got you covered here. But I get it. I get it. Like, in the moment right now, it feels like.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What are you watching? That could not be over the Phillies game right now.
Phillies
Oh,
probably.
see, I can't watch it down here.
Fielder.
God.
You blame that on the center fielder? You're going to blame that on the center fielder?
I'll blame it on both of them. Fuck it.
Blame that on your right fielder who's right underneath the baseball right there. And I'm willing to, and I'll crush a Dubel. I don't give a shit about Dubel, but blame it on the right fielder who's right underneath the baseball. He's right
They
underneath the baseball.
both look like doofuses.
Dude,
Rewatch.
Dubel did that 2 weeks ago with Quinn, remember? What's wrong with him?
That's both of them.
He yelling like you got money on the game.
Dude, that is. Like, it's the World Series or you got a lot of money on it.
No, that's just Noah. That's just
Yeah, that's
Noah.
just Noah. Yeah, that's just Noah.
Just another fucking play in the field that we should have made. That's all.
That's the Phillies motto this year.
Yeah, that's Little League stuff.
Oh,
Right.
way to bail out your starter. Fuck.
The ace, our ace.
Look like
Well, here's a question for y'all too, because you talked about Joel and the team. We're assuming that the team's going to stay intact, and I think this rumor has been around that Ben's on his way to LA and Hollywood and all that stuff. Did you give Ben a max contract?
He already got one.
Yeah, he's already here for 3 years.
Yeah,
Is he here for another 3?
Or 2.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least
Yeah,
2,
three.
right?
He's just another 3.
Yeah, 2 or
Yeah.
3. Darren.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least 2.
But do you want to get rid of him if he doesn't show up in the playoffs this year?
I
I
don't
want
know.
to get rid of him earlier in the year.
It's
I
all
was-
about.
Oh, yeah.
I would put the trigger. I would put the trigger for Harden. That's me though.
too, probably.
It's all about what I'm able to get back. I mean, it's all about context. I mean, if he just flat out sucks, and everyone around the NBA and in the city knows, okay, we didn't reach the finals or we didn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, whatever. We didn't do what we needed to do because of one person, that's Ben Simmons. Then yeah, I'm not going to be the person to stand on the ledge and be like, oh, well, you got to keep him because, I mean, I don't buy into this. It has to be the year because, I mean, Tom, you and I have talked about this before. Our stars aren't 30. Nobody's at the end of their contracts. So we have years to where, okay, the core's not going anywhere. Like, yeah, is Danny Green possibly going to be going next year? Sure. But guys like that, the players are going to always be moving and shaking. But the core of this roster is not moving for quite a while. But if he's a flat-out liability and everyone else is doing their thing, and it's just, hey, you go against Brooklyn and you need Ben Simmons to step up and he doesn't do it, Well, then, yeah. But I'm not going to just say, oh, you got to trade him and I'm going to get back, a couple role players and a pick. Like, I still have to get a really good return for it. I don't think you're ever going to be able to replicate what you could have, or it doesn't really matter because Houston wasn't going to do the deal anyway because of their, I guess we could say, bad relationship with Darryl. But I don't know if we're ever going to be able to replicate like a Harden deal for like Ben Simmons, for example. But yeah, I mean, if the conversation after this year is we disappointed in the playoffs again and it was Ben Simmons at the top of the list, well, yeah, no, he's definitely not safe. He's definitely not.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. But again, if it doesn't get you back something like that, then you're going to say, no, I got a better chance on him coming back next year and getting better. So, you know what I mean? Or growing his game, hopefully. Or
especially if he sucks, who's going to want him then?
Yeah,
His
so
value's
they're
down.
just holding on to him and saying, screw it. I'll just hope and pray he gets better.
And I think he did step up this season, though, a little bit.
Yeah.
He definitely has more room to go.
I don't know about
he's exceeded what I expected from him this year.
You hold on.
No.
You just sat on here and talked to me about NBA Finals or bust, etc. And then you're telling me Ben Simmons exceeds your expectations.
If he exceeded your expectations, if Ben Simmons,
this is why I've been Ben's biggest hater, have I not? I've been a pretty big hater. So exceeding my expectations isn't great. He's just stepped forward instead of stepping back for me.
What do you mean? He's had his worst season of his career. It's his worst season.
Stat-wise?
Everything-wise. The only thing that's gotten better is defense.
Defense got better, but offensive production-wise, no.
No, he's taken a huge step back.
He took a little couple
jumps. Doofus!
He took jumpers. He's taken threes. He's been way more aggressive consistently that I've seen.
I just said a couple jumpers. Let's get it twisted.
I don't care about the jumpers.
He took a jumper like yesterday.
Has he made a layup in the last month?
He took a one jumper yesterday.
That jumper yesterday really put me.
Oh, good. He made 2 threes this season.
But no, I'm not even about the shooting. I'm about just the aggressiveness, the way he plays, not taking the actual shots. He showed that. So
all changed in the playoffs. That's all I gotta say, man. We were all hype about All-Star Ben. We were all hype about we haven't seen this aggressive. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying. I was on this show before, and that guy up there, that guy right there was saying, hey, we haven't seen this Ben before. We haven't. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. It's the same Ben. I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Well, I haven't seen what Ben before.
We ain't trying to see that shit. We went at it when you told me. You said we haven't seen this Ben before, Nate. We haven't seen this aggressive Ben before. This is a new Ben. Come on, John, man. It's the same Ben to me.
We didn't though. At that point, you want to bring context to the conversation. At that point, when did he ever drop 42 in a game, Nate? So no, in context, we never did see that Ben before.
Man.
Ever. No. Ever. Like he never did that before.
He can drop 100 and it still won't change come playoff times. I don't give a fuck.
Knock it off. You be having the Wilt memes made if he dropped 100.
Hell no. She's talking about she's been a Ben hater. I've been a Ben hater since you met me. And that was 5 years ago.
I've been a Ben hater before you met me. So
I've been a Ben hater since 1994. So.
We were puffing chest on who hates Ben more. I mean, if you're a Ben hater, you're a Ben hater.
Who's the biggest Ben hater?
This is Philly right here.
I give him passes because Joel carries his ass. Right? I've yelled and screamed that them two can play together. They're the things I've yelled about. Like, they can play together. No, I don't need to trade one of the two. Mm-hmm. They're all the things that I stood on the hill for. In terms of, like, being team and protect Ben, absolutely freaking not. Right? I've always said, hey, he's a great defender. I'm not going to run from that. But his offensive game's limited because he wants it to be limited. And he's lucky he plays with a guy like Joel Embiid, so I'm fine with him not jacking 25 shots a game and letting the offense run through Joe. But no, in terms of him getting better this year, no, there's going to be the stains that are going to come in the comments and tell you how he got better. And I'll tell you, maybe his free throw percentage is probably better, and his defense is better than it was last year. I'll give him that. So, so has he gotten better? Sure. But offensive production's gone down, and people want to tell me, well, because there's more guys around them that can do stuff. Oh, okay. All right. He's played plenty of games where it's been his show, his dog and pony show. And just like last night, and he went on a little disappearing act again.
What do you go? 14 points in the first half and then 6 the rest of the game?
Yep.
It's never a Ben show. Like, we're not going to get a Ben show ever. So.
Well, we did that night. Nate's talking about we got 42 on Rudy. That was the show. That was the show and tell all year. That was our big open.
We get like 3 games a year where it's like, oh my God, this is it. He's arrived.
He's down the corner. He's down the corner. Here he is. Right. Yeah. Like he does it to us. And listen, to be gullible to fall for it, the 42er and that whole week leading in the All-Star break, it seemed like he was more in attack mode. Right? You know, and it's
you know what? You know why, Tom? What was 2 weeks after that?
All-Star game?
All-Star game.
Loves to be an all-star.
All-Star Ben.
That's why
he needs to not make it ever again.
It's funny that Nate brought up like the contract stuff. It's like maybe we need to hang on to him until it's a contract year because maybe then he'll shoot because he wants a new contract. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe that's the year. We gotta just wait until the contract year because then he'll have some reason to actually do what he's supposed to do on the offensive side. That is.
He'll drop 25 a game in his contract year.
Absolutely, he will.
You can write that down. Ralphie, I don't think you answered the poll, Ralph.
I don't think he's answered the poll yet.
No, I was letting you guys go, you know.
I'm waiting for this Lakers talk, man. Like,
let's make a new poll for Ralphie,
Yeah, a very special Ralph.
I'm very surprised you guys haven't brought up what today is. So, very surprised. The happy anniversary to you guys on one of the greatest shots in NBA playoff history.
Oh, stop it right there.
Say that.
The good old.
It's crazy you said that, Ralph. You know, I saw on Twitter and I just couldn't repost it because it was brutal, but it was so crazy. There's a sideline shot. Somebody posted a sideline shot of the shot on the floor, and they slowed it down. The shot that he made, when you see it from that angle, is insane. It's insane. You know what I mean? The shot he made, it's crazy.
I feel like in my brain, I see it from every angle all the time.
The Kawhi shot?
Yeah, in my memory, it's just, you know, all angles.
It was so heartbreaking to see that shit. Man.
Oh, yeah. That's
and then Joel's in the picture, too. It's just like,
that's
like,
tough. That's so tough. So tough.
Stop smiling, Ralphie.
Ralph, answer the damn poll question. We didn't ask you about Kawhi.
Please.
I must say, agree. It is a big disappointment. Number one, like Noah said, number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Number 2 in the whole entire NBA with the best record, one of the best records. And obviously, I've been clamoring for Joel Embiid to be MVP this whole entire year, and he should get it. But we all know how the NBA works, and if you miss a couple games here and there, you know, your numbers drop, and you know somebody's better than you. But at the end of the day, in my heart, Joel Embiid is the MVP of this year. But it's all going to it's all going to go back on Joel too. How far he can lead this team into the playoffs, and I think he could do it. Like I've been saying all year. There's no center in the Eastern Conference that can take him one-on-one. There's nobody down low that can guard him one-on-one as well. And I think this Sixers team is ready to make an NBA Finals appearance.
Here we go. Marky, right here we go to you. Was directed at you, Ralph. But the Marky, there's no blinders, Marky. Like, there's no blinders. We blow teams out because of Joel Embiid. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that's the no blinder talk. The blinder talk would equal saying that yes, is his defense important to our success? Absolutely. Anybody who tells you it isn't, then is a hater, in my opinion. There's haters and there's people who tell you how it is, right? I call myself just one of them people that are going to tell you how it is. He's great defensively. So you take him away, you're not as good defensively. We've watched that. We've seen that, okay? So I'm never going to run from that. But there's no blinders on when it comes to the offensive side of the basketball. Because that's where everybody can sit here and tell you that there hasn't been that progression, right? There's been little bits and pieces that are like glimpses of hope, right? And that's it. So he's lucky to what Ralph just said about playing with the best player in basketball because it hides some of his offensive flaws. That's what it does. And that's fine. He can ride the coattails all the way to the NBA Finals, and we can all be happy he's a pig in shit. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care how you get there. But, you know, I don't think there's any blinders on when it comes to his ability on the defense end. And I think people that do put those blinders on are jackasses.
Tom, I think you posted something. It might have been on Facebook the other day that I think it was after the Pacers game that they lost. that without Joel Embiid, if you just take him out of the equation, they're like a 6 seed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
6,
And-
5.
Absolutely, Jesus.
And I'm not saying that if you subtract Ben, that they're not going to be worse. Like we saw it in the small, 4-game sample size. They went on a 4-game losing streak. He comes back and they go on what, a 7-8 game winning streak. So everyone could see that being like, okay, well, he's important here and he's not important there. But everyone talks about, and I mean, I consider myself right along there with Tom, to where I'm not going to, obsess with what Ben Simmons is doing, but I'm also not going to say, oh, well, let's not just talk about Ben, but let's talk about Seth Curry and Danny Green and Shake Milton, guys like that on the same playing field, because I also think that side of it is idiotic, because whether we expect Ben Simmons to be an all-time great offensive player or just mediocre or whatever he is, we know what he's supposed to do. And that is to be obviously one of the leaders of this team, one of the, if not the best defensive player on this team. And when things aren't going offensively correct for Joel, say they're smothering him, they're double, triple teaming him, or Tobias Harris is having an off
How the
night.
fuck are you not sending him? Jesus
I was just wondering that, by the way. That we need Ben, when things aren't going right, to step up. That's the most, I would say, disappointment and frustrating thing we could talk about Ben Simmons. It's not about what he does do, because everyone can recognize what he does do for this team. That's a lot. But it's in the situations where Joel's not playing or Tobias isn't doing his thing. So many things come so easily to Ben Simmons. And it goes back to what you always talk about, Tom, and that's control what you can control. There are so many things that Ben Simmons can control, and he just doesn't do it. And I'm not even talking about the jumper. I'm not talking about the three-point shot. I'm not. I'm talking about playing aggressive and finishing it either at the hole, at the rim, or at the foul line.
See, this is what the stains come in. Like this is where we like start the night of the Ben Simmons stain, and they come in and tell you how great a defender he is, and I'm going to continue to say nobody here said he wasn't. Nobody here said that. I'm not doing this tonight with the Ben thing. It's too much. Like I'm not doing it. Like I want Ben and Joe to play together. They won a lot of basketball games together, and I'm going to end the conversation there in terms of Ben and Joe and like up against the world and all the rest, because it just becomes annoying. Like we know how great of a defender he is. We know this, but you can separate the damn two, guys. People out there just can never separate the two. Offensively, he's freaking limited, and anybody out there that watches him and says he isn't limited, you're just not watching him. You're not watching him. Nobody out there, if you watch him offensively and you watch him at the elbow with open looks, and you tell me he's not limited because of his own doings, then it's just we love the jersey too much.
It's like people take the criticisms and they say, "Oh, well, he plays good defense. He plays good defense, great, all that stuff." But you can't expect more. That's all we're asking. We're like, okay, he's a great defender, but he's 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, fast as hell, strong as hell. Can you be a little bit more consistent or a little bit better on offense? That's it. That's all we say.
Yep.
That's it. And his performances of 6 points, 3 shots, 5 points, 2 shots. That's what causes this. It's not the 18 points. Oh, we're not good with 18 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. That's cool. We'll take that any night. It's that he goes from 42 against Utah, then the next 6 games, it's 8 points, 4 shots. It's like, dude, you just did it. Do it again. Do it again. That's because then if he at least did that a little bit, then we're talking about NBA Finals or bust. Then we're talking about, oh, this needs to be the year. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. It's that quick. That's where the frustration comes in.
Yeah, it's real weird when he has like one shot in like
It's
the first
inexcusable.
quarter.
It's inexcusable.
It's weird. Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
I'll do it when I want to.
Hmm?
Yeah, right.
He does it to spite us. I swear to God. It's like, oh, you guys like the 42 points? You guys like the shot? All right, you're going to wait another month.
I said to DJ the other night, all right? I said DJ the other night, it's like a defiant kid, right? It's like a defiant kid. It's going to do the opposite of what he's supposed to do, right? And that's what it's almost like. It's like that age from 5 to 8 where, like, do this. No. Like, no, you got to do this. Like,
But you'll do it yourself if you're not told to.
Yeah, and it's like everybody telling him he has to do this, and he refused to do it. Donovan, thank you for the super chat, brother. I said Ben Simmons is not a top 5 point guard. Stop it. Did Lord mean top 5 in like ever or in the league?
All time.
In the league for sure.
I think in the league, yeah.
Either or, I think it's outlandish. Like,
Yeah.
No.
like top 5. I can
If
stop.
he said ever, he should leave the chat.
top 5 on the Sixers.
Like, come on. Not even top 5 in the Sixers, I don't think.
No.
No, the Sixers right now.
And to Limit's point, a few comments earlier, he says Ben could be top 6 without a jumper if he was more aggressive. Like I'm not even going to say he's top 6, top 10. I don't care. It's that he could be great with just a little bit extra. A little bit extra. That's it. That's how frustrating it is. We are that close. We have that guy. Just get a little bit better. Control what you can control. Make a layup. Go for 2 for 2 at a free throw line, for God's sakes.
You score 42 points.
Don't
the
take a
next team
wide
scores
open
6.
layup. Don't go for a wide open layoff and then pass it to a Mike Scott to just brick a wide open 3.
Right.
Like, how many times do we need to see that?
Yeah, like I have more confidence of you going strong to the bucket and getting fouled and going to the line and hitting 2 shots, which isn't saying a lot, than Mike Scott consistently hitting an open 3.
Yes. And everyone wants to talk about, oh, he's a high IQ player. No, and I'm not saying he's a dumb player, but you can't preach on Twitter, oh, you can't say anything bad about Ben Simmons. He's high IQ. And then literally 2 seconds later, watch Ben Simmons go from a wide open layup, go spin backwards, pass to Mike Scott, who sucks, and then do that. You're taking 5 points off the board. Like, what are we doing? You're not making the easy layup, and then you're definitely not making the 3.
Yeah, he's just listen. It is what it is with him. He's not gonna change right now. So
Nope.
You guys took the only thing I
No,
was
he's
like
not.
semi being positive about and just ruined it for me because now I hate Ben Simmons again. Yeah.
yeah, you don't hate him, Tor. We're sorry.
I
Like,
do.
you don't-
I do. No.
Oh, now we're back to hello darkness
You
again.
brought me back down to reality.
Yeah,
I think
you
the sun
got to
was
be,
getting in my head and-
positive. You got to be positive going to the playoffs, man. We need that positivity.
Yeah, you do.
I
Yeah,
do
you
have
do.
this.
Yeah,
I do have this one thing for Noah and Tori, where you guys both were saying, okay, it's NBA Finals or bust. I'll just play it for you.
What the
It's
fuck?
definitely Noah.
Yeah, live looking Noah. To that poll question, Greg obviously joining us right now.
Hi, Greg.
Hello, fam.
Hi, Greg.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi,
No problem.
Greg.
State your name. State your name.
My name is Greg, and I'm a degenerate.
Hi, Greg.
To the poll question.
Center and Sunrise Detox, Greg. So freak out.
Greg, it works if you work it.
To the poll question, I do agree. I agree with the poll. Before the season, I would have said Eastern Conference Finals getting there would have been my next my next step in the line of progress, right? And in this process. But naturally, as seasons progress and seasons go on, your expectations change. And also your willingness and your ability to get to these pinnacles, right? We saw it with the Phillies, how we wish we would have won 3 or 4 of them. We saw it with the Eagles, how we wish we would have won. So once we get into that situation where we're in quote unquote arm's length away and we have that expectations, we got to take advantage of it. There's no more, we'll wait for next year. Next year is not guaranteed. So, yeah, I mean, the expectations have changed for me on this basketball team. Whether he wins it or not, we have the MVP of the league, and he's healthy heading into the playoffs. So there should be no reason why the NBA Finals is not easily, but attainable.
Yeah, obtainable. Yeah, but you think a disappointment?
With the way the season, we've been the number 1 seed the whole year. Absolutely, would be a disappointment.
Agreed.
A disappointment. Okay. I mean, you're changing your expectations, which is okay, I guess.
Right. No, I absolutely am, and I stated that. Yeah. With the season and the way the season's gone, I think everyone's expectations have changed. After a week after we don't get to the finals, would I sit and say, all right, it probably was a really good year. We're probably a year ahead. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was so big on getting the 1 seed. I was so big on maximizing those odds and those chances of not having to play both Brooklyn or Milwaukee to get to the finals, only playing one of them. Because I do think we're a year ahead, especially based off of expectations. But as the year's going on, it's solidified that this team maybe is ripe right now. And why waste it right now?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you on that. Like, I'm not trying to waste it and say, like, oh, I'm like I said before you came on, like, I of course you're going to be bothered. You're going to be upset, right? But, like, I don't want to change my preseason expectations. If I had them as a 1 or 2 seed at the end of the regular season and it was Eastern Conference Finals, to me, or bust, I want to leave them expectations on them and then judge it after the NBA Finals. Like, you know what I mean? Like, depending on, like, what happens, who we play, just et cetera, right? And then say, okay, we took a step. We at least took a step forward. And obviously anything under an Eastern Conference Finals is a gigantic disappointment.
Sure.
But I understand expectations changed. I mean, you can just read the chat and know they changed. So,
expectations change based on how the season plays out for us, and it changes based on how it plays out for everybody else in the East. And let's face it, everybody else in the East didn't really play quite as well as we thought, right? Going into the year, wouldn't you have said that the Bucks and the Nets were head and shoulders above us?
Oh, no, not me. No. But yes, there's people who did. Yes, absolutely.
I agree to one of those 2 teams.
Yeah, I do agree with Noah. I would throw the I wouldn't say the Celtics before the year we were saying they were head and shoulders better, but to his point, there are teams that drastically took a huge step back. The Raptors obviously not going to make the playoffs. The Celtics, huge disappointment. They're probably going to end up being in the playing tournament. So there were teams that took a step back. The Nets we didn't see them at their full potential, or just because it would be one after the other, they got hurt, and they only played 7-8 games together as a cohesive unit. And then the Bucks, They got up to the real slow start. They're really now starting to gel and look like the team they were supposed to be all year. So I do buy into that a little bit. I do.
Yeah, but what happens if you didn't have those teams above them to begin with?
Well, then you're staying kind of status quo. Then I think, because to your point, Tom, you're not really changing your expectations, correct? You had expectations before the year, and you're sticking to them.
Yeah. I think it's different strokes for different folks too.
Mm-hmm.
This poll question.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's going to be disappointed because we're fans. You know what I mean? But as like a national media, like, looking as of it, right? It's not, because people would say the Nets are better than them, Milwaukee's better than them, all these teams are better than them to start the year. People would make the argument Boston's better than them, right? Miami's better than them, right? So then, like, how can it be like now, because we're better than them, that it's like, oh, well, it's finals or bust? You know what I mean? It's a huge disappointment if we don't get there. Well, why? Because we everybody's had something different. You know what I mean? Everybody's had a different feel on it. That's my thing of it. Like, on the national side, would it be a disappointment then? No, it would be like you actually played above expectations. It took them this week to get into the top. It took them this week in power rankings to be number 1. It took them all the way to this week in the power rankings to be 1. Think about that for a second. So the national media throughout this whole thing still didn't want to be sold on. It took them win 8 in a row at the end of the year, and everybody's beloved Nets taking a drop for them to finally get it, for them finally to get the 1. And if LeBron was even playing and they were the 5 seed, they'd probably still be giving them the 1.
Yeah, it's because everybody's hurt.
Took them all this time.
Yeah, we're the only team kind of going in there healthy.
Don't.
Oh my God. Yep.
Somebody.
We need a prayer.
Oh boy.
The Water, Frank the Water.
Tom,
I'm just glad I didn't say it.
So I guess this is Lord Walker's top 10 guards in the NBA.
Yeah.
I guess point guards.
No, Alex Caruso. It's just disrespectful.
Lord, I mean, I'm sorry, but
No.
I mean, there's a lot of things I could say about this, but I guess we'll agree to disagree. I mean, Curry's not one. I mean, what do we do?
Yeah.
And also Simmons is not better than Westbrook. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Murray.
And I know Kyrie's
Simmons
like a headache,
over
but-
Kyrie too.
Yeah, like I can't stand Kyrie, but Kyrie's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
he's pretty good at
Very
basketball.
good.
Like he's pretty
Very good.
He'll make it. He has a good future in the league. You know what I'm saying? He's good. He's pretty good.
He's back to
He's
six.
good when he wants to show up.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this list. Is Simmons, where do you have him? Is he
He
7?
has him. He has him at
Four.
4.
No, I know, but I mean, I'm just saying, if you would looking at this list, where should he be? Was he 8, 7?
At least 6.
Nah, he's not better than Murray. I'll
Well,
take
at least,
Murray.
at least.
Oh,
De'Aaron Fox really a top 10? I feel like we're leaving out some people.
No, we probably are. I mean, I would say Ben's a top 10, and depending on where you want to put him, but to
Sure.
put him in the top 5 conversation, I think is
10.
No, he's not. No.
it's a little unfair to a lot of really damn good point guards in this league. So,
Yeah.
but you want to talk to me about top 5 point guards in transition, Lord? Then we're having a little different conversation.
Wait, did Lord not have Chris Paul on his list?
yeah, I forgot about Paul. I don't know if he's got
No Chris Paul.
Oh,
Oh, he's my favorite.
Lord, yeah, Lord. I mean,
Lord.
Look at Phoenix this year.
Jamal Murray's not a point guard, so I don't know why Jamal Murray's on this list anyway.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Right? He's not a point guard, so why is he on the list? And I love De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a top 10 point guard in the league. Point guards. We're talking about like strictly point guards.
You remember when Nate Robinson got knocked out? Snit was like, "Oh Lord."
That's a fucking ball. Jesus, God. It's in the other batter's box.
Hey, Ralph, you still didn't talk to me about the Lakers, though. You keep dodging that question.
Yeah.
He sure is.
You know what I mean? You keep I asked that like 30 minutes ago. What do you think about the Lakers, man? Are they
We'll
going
be fine. We'll be fine. Hey, we're a game out of the 6th spot. Okay. If we go 3-0 here and Portland goes 2-1 or Dallas goes 2-1, we got the 6th seed. We don't got to do the play-in tournament, which I don't agree with that. I think somebody should get fired from the NBA having that in. It's ridiculous.
Now you say
It
that.
is
Shut up.
ridiculous.
Hey,
You know?
You don't want to play in a tournament. Why don't you be good enough to avoid it?
Yeah, you know.
Man,
and
it's ridiculous now.
I hope they have to play in that tournament so bad.
by the way, just for all the commenters, so I just pulled up ESPN's rankings list of current NBA point guards at the moment. I'll read you everybody they have until Ben Simmons. They've got Curry 1, Damian Lillard 2, Doncic 3, Kyrie 4, Trae Young 5, Chris Paul 6, De'Aaron Fox 7.
Well, their list is fraudulent already. I mean, the fact you put Trae Young over Chris Paul.
Yeah. You lost me. You lost me at Trae Young.
Get a feel for like Chris Paul's in the MVP conversation. He should be 1 or 2 in your top point guards in the league. So whoever wrote it, I don't care about it. They're idiots, but you can finish the list.
Drew Holiday 8, Russell Westbrook 9, Mike Conley 10, Derrick Rose 11, Jamal Murray 12, Ben Simmons 13.
It's the worst list of all.
That is a terrible list.
I like Holiday.
Probably
I like Holiday
Marcus.
in top 10. Holiday's
Looking at
tough.
us. Jeez.
He's tough defensively.
Holiday is tough.
He is tough. So, and we drafted him. So I'm always going to be a Holiday fan. I wish we never got
Hey,
rid of him.
guys.
What's up?
Hi, Noah.
Yeah,
Hi,
quick
Noah.
question. Hey, how you doing, Frank? How
I'm
the
doing
hell
great.
are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Well, that is fan-fucking-tastic.
Wonderful.
Go ahead, Noah.
Outstanding air. I heard on June 11th that the capacity restrictions were changing and that the Wells Fargo you'll be able to have, is it 50% or is it the full 100?
The full thing.
Full.
100%. And for all those people who
And-
were waiting for that Vegas trip to drop, I looked at those tickets, at least 400 and up, at least.
I think somebody in here said like $1,000 for nosebleeds.
Yeah.
Oh, for the Birds game out there?
Yeah, for the Birds in Vegas game.
It's a brand new stadium,
John,
too.
what do you do?
that
This is
seems
like your
beautiful.
4th tip in here. What do you do for a living?
And,
Hit Tori up.
and they got
Selfie-
their own
selfie
DJ
pics?
booth.
he follows Money Pot and gets money. What the fuck? Tell him,
What's
John.
up, Greg?
You already know.
To
I'm
Greg's
just
point,
messing with you. Keep dropping the tips.
Flyers were a season ahead last year, number one seed to your expectations this year, and have been awful. You don't always progress. No, of course, but the Flyers always regress. That's their MO. So
Yeah.
That's our fault for believing in the Flyers.
yeah, more to their issue, John, than ours.
So I will ask you guys this then. We all
Go
talked
ahead.
about. Thanks, Ralph. Thank you. Appreciate it. Do you guys see the Sixers getting to the NBA Finals? Like, are you guys
Yes.
predicting that?
Absolutely.
Yes. Come
Yes.
on, guys. You had Joel
No.
fucking Embiid down low. Joel Embiid down low. Who was stopping him? Who's stopping him?
Oh.
Come on. He's
The-
the best big in the NBA. I can't
Ryan,
believe you guys are scared to say it, that the Sixers won't be able to make the NBA Finals. Just say it, guys. It's okay.
Who's
Just
this
say
The
guy and what happened
Sixers
to
will
Ralph?
be able to
Just
make
say
the
it. Exactly.
NBA Finals. And the
Just say
reason
it.
why I asked about the fucking capacity restrictions was because that would be a huge advantage if we happen to play your LA Lakers there, Ralph, in the final. Because we'll be able to have a full Wells Fargo Center, and I believe out in LA, you'll still have an almost empty arena. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think they're gonna
Almost
have
empty
five
arena and a
tickets.
recalled governor. So that's all I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Why haven't you guys just say it? Just say it. Sixers to the NBA Finals, guys. Come on.
Oh no, I
Come
don't think.
on.
I can.
You guys were the number one seed for the whole entire year, except for those 2 weeks in freaking March. Okay? You guys held the number one seed down all year. Why are you guys afraid to say it? Just say it. I know you guys, don't want to get your hopes up because previous past seasons and stuff like that.
Ralph,
But
I
this
don't
is
like
new.
this.
This is
I
new.
don't like
Ralph.
Philadelphia 76ers basketball, baby. Come on now, Tommy.
No, this is not
Come
okay.
on.
This is not all right with me. This is not.
Play
I
that
don't-
song.
I don't like this.
I just think more about who you're facing, dude. Like
Yeah.
like you're saying when we walk through people. I mean, if it's Milwaukee, I don't know if that's just a walk through. I mean, they have Lopez, they have Giannis, they got the size to match up with us.
Yep.
So that's not like a walk in the park. Like that's going 7. Like you write it down. It's going 7. I love to be a homer and drink the Kool-Aid, but that's 7. And
Now-
we see what Bounces can do in 7. So like I don't know. Yeah, if you're telling me if we're playing the Nets, I think we go. I think we beat them. Like I'll stand on the hill and say we
Yep.
beat them because they don't have the size to match with us. But Milwaukee does, and Milwaukee is that team that's also trying to get to that next level, and they've gone under the radar all year by everybody. And we have to a point and kept winning, but like everybody was like the Nets. Now we want to talk about Milwaukee. So knowing how it is being a Philadelphia fan, I would say that we won't see the Nets, and we would see freaking Milwaukee, and
That's how I feel.
and then they beat us in 7 because nobody freaking could smell them coming. 'Cause nobody
I
saw
just-
them coming.
And like
And-
I
and
said
the
before,
others-
this whole. Oh, go ahead, Greg. Go
Tom,
ahead.
I agree. Milwaukee is no layup. But I think we beat them in 7. We go to the finals, and I think we're going to play Ralph's Lakers. How about that?
I hope so. That'd be great views.
Not worried about them.
That would be the worst. No, I was just going to say Milwaukee's also playing the best right now collectively.
They
You
are.
know,
They are.
they finally hit their stride and they're pretty scary right now.
Yeah, that's a tough out. I'm looking
Now,
at the.
real quick,
Go ahead, bro.
quick question: does the NBA reseed after every round, or do
No,
they
they
just
do
keep
not.
it?
No,
Okay,
if we were
gotcha.
the 1 seed, we would play the lowest seed.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay,
And just
so
right now,
you wouldn't see any of them until the East, obviously until the Eastern Conference Finals. If you get there, yeah. Okay, gotcha.
and just right now, the odds right now, Brooklyn to win the Eastern Conference Championship is plus 100. The Sixers are plus 300, and Milwaukee's creeped up to plus 330.
They come.
I'm about to put some money on the Sixers, though.
But I do agree with you, Tommy. This whole Brooklyn Nets thing has such a strange LA Clippers vibe to it, right? All last year, you heard Clippers, Western Conference Finals. They're just gonna walk there. They might walk to the finals. This whole Brooklyn Nets thing, it just has a weird vibe to it, man. Weird vibe.
I freaking hope so.
I'm hoping to see. I mean, I guess we would see this in the first round. It would be a 3. No, it would be 3-6. So it would be tough for it to happen. a Bucks Heat series, just
Ooh.
because the Heat have the Bucks numbered. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even if the Bucks got past it, I think that would kind of beat them up a little bit. But no, to Ralph's question, we wouldn't see the Bucks or Nets until the earliest being the Eastern Conference Finals.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that I'll be fine with.
How long of a bench do you think Doc has in the playoffs? Like, how many players do you think he runs a night?
Better be freaking short.
I would say nine players.
If it's more than 9, I'm gonna be pissed.
9 players at max.
Should be 9.
And
Does Maxey crack that?
Better.
He should. He should.
He better.
Yeah.
Because what you're talking about, so you got Dwight, you got Hill, obviously, Max,
Shake, right?
Maxey,
Keys.
and you got Cormont. I'm already at 5.
Oh, jeez.
So, you know what I mean? So
Well,
you
and that's where
that.
that's where I was going to say. Like, I think those 9, because I think that's the right number. I think those 9 might change per game, right? There might be a game where you don't see Korkmaz, right? Or there's a game where you might not see Tyrese. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a game where you're not going to see some of these bench guys, but I think to your point, you're going to see Howard, you're going to see Hill, and you're going to see Matisse. Those are your 3 definites every game.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like how many, because I agree with Greg. I don't think they're running 11 guys out there.
No.
All night. So I think it just depends on matchups and adjustments in the series, right?
Yeah.
If it came down to it, guys, and that last person, maybe not the 9th person, because these 2 guys are playing a lot more as far as minutes, but if you can only play one of them, who would you play, Shake or Matisse?
Matisse.
Shake or Matisse?
Matisse.
All right, what about Shake or Tyrese?
Shake. I would go Shake.
Shake.
That's tough, though.
Maxey.
I was going to say Maxey. If George Hill was on this team, I don't need – like, I like Shake, but Tyrese, he's like a lightning bolt of energy. I feel like I'm getting less risk. I know he's young. I get it. But
it's to me, it's just Shake's been there, right? He's been in the playoffs. Maxey hasn't. That's a new dynamic. That's rolling the dice. Do you trust him to be in that spot? Late games, be able to get a bucket when you need a bucket. I don't think Shake's too scared in the moment. That's the one thing that I've noticed about him. He's not scared in the moment.
I hear you. I mean, but we have to remember Shake's only playoff experience was the bubble playoffs, and they got swept in 4 games. You know what I mean?
He was on the court though.
Yeah.
Was he? Was he?
I think it's more. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody's just giving this guy a free fucking pass. I mean, I think it's more George Hill. Like, I mean, Shake deserves to play more than George Hill does. And that's not saying. I mean, I understand. That's like, whoa, what are you saying right now? Well, I'm saying the one guy looks better even when he doesn't look good. So, like, George Hill has been like, this is 10 games now. I mean, listen, I know it's still get comfortable, blah 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 blah. Dude, the guy don't even look like is it the same guy? I feel like everybody comes here like is it the same guy? Like, it doesn't look like even close to the guy I felt like I played against, numerous times. And I understand the injury and other things, but like, he doesn't look like he's 100% ready to go or whatever the case may be. So, I mean, I know Shake's had a bad stretch here, and turnovers are a real killer, obviously, in his game. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how George Hill's I'll lay up to play every night either, though. So I think he could be like, go with the hot hand.
It just looks like, and granted, there's a lot of time for this to change, like the whole what the hell was George Hill doing thing, because everyone, the second they made the trade, it's like, oh, well, this trade is for the playoffs. It's for the playoffs. But with the combination of having to wait, it felt like, 6 months? I mean, I know it wasn't 6 months, but it felt like 6 months to even get him in the building, let alone on the court. And then now it's like, oh, well, he's still got to get in shape. And, I'm still recovering from having the hand in the cast for 3 months. I know we really didn't give up anything except for Sixers legend Tony Bradley and a couple picks or a couple just no-name guys. But to me, it's just like, for all the hype that was going into that trade deadline, it's like, man, that was it? And I'm not saying we needed a splash, but it's just weird how the whole George Hill trade and dynamic has really gone so far.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a case that people could tell me they like Shake and Maxey more than Hill.
Hey, that was working early in the season when they were doing the 2-man game off the bench.
And I'm not saying he can't have a good postseason because he absolutely can. I mean, he's been down that road before. But I mean, I could see a night where he doesn't play.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I could see.
I could also see games where he's finishing games instead of Seth Curry. Like that's kind of the wiggle room he has. Just because, hey, it's a veteran presence that, okay, we might trust in the moment more than Shake Milton or Tyrese, and maybe Seth Curry's a little cold that particular game.
Isn't that one of the big knocks on Doc? Is that he plays a little bit too much of his bench in the postseason?
Yep.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Bench lineups.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's going crazy on Twitter about he's still running these 5-man bench lineups out there in the middle of games. People are very concerned that we're going to see that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't understand why you just have people come in and out. Why do you put an entire bench out there?
I don't know.
To go down 25 points.
I'm not a big line change fan, Thor, so I agree with that. Like, I don't think you need to make a line change. You can sub 2 guys out, have another, have
and
3
then
guys.
they wonder why we're down 25 points. And we got to put Joel in to score 100 points in the fourth quarter.
And a lot of what I'm seeing now, as of late, is it's an all bench lineup besides one starter, but that one starter is Ben Simmons. So then you're just like, okay, well, you might have one starter, but you're not getting any offense from this guy.
Yeah, he did that a lot, either with Ben or Tobias there in the end of the first, early second, and especially those early second quarter minutes and fourth quarter minutes. Those 2 would kind of rotate on the holdovers for the second group. But no, I think in the playoffs, regardless of how many we roll out, I think it'll be more of a plug and play versus, all right, line shift, second line, you got this group, you know what I mean? I think it'll be more plug and play, where you're going to see Shake and you're going to see Tyrese with the 3 other starters and stuff like that. Cause that's the only way you can do it in the playoffs. In the regular season, it's fine to get them run, and to get them, in the games. But in the playoffs, you can't afford to go those droughts, to Tori's point. You can't afford to have those droughts where you just give up 25 and score 12.
Wouldn't it be smarter, too, then, Greg, like for him to do more of that stuff in the regular season? So, like, the get that chemistry of doing that together? You know what I mean?
You would think, yeah.
I don't know. It's too common sense. Like, that was too easy. I don't want to take jabs at Doc. I love Doc, but that just seems like, maybe run, maybe do this a couple times where I had these guys run with them other guys so they at least have on-court experience together. Because practice times are diminished a little bit more so with protocols as it is. So, you don't get as much practice you would usually get in a regular NBA season. And not that you get a lot anyway, but you know what I mean.
To your point too, Tom, practice. I mean, you go back to the beginning
about practice.
You go back to the beginning of the season. You really didn't see any of these all bench rotations. You didn't. It was okay. They were going to mix a couple starters in or there, but as the season has progressed, you're starting to see more of that. So it's like, to your point, Tom, it's like, wouldn't you start shifting out of that as you get closer to the playoffs? Because you're trying to not preview what you're going to see in the playoffs, because you never want to give an opposing team an early look. But it's like, okay, well, everyone talks about chemistry. Well, can we get away from the Dwight Howard and 4 other bench player type lineups? That can we get rid of that, please? Now, I'm not saying no shot at Dwight Howard or any of these guys, but like I can do with a couple starters being interchanged here or there, please. What'd you say, Ralph?
Marky says Toby, Ben, and Joe each get a second unit squad. Yeah, I mean, you would hope. And TTP does Berkey get any minutes? I think he does because he's instant offense.
Yeah, so, Turkey.
Anybody who can score and hit open threes is going to get minutes here, and I think it's going to be an earn your way to play type thing too, right, guys? Like it's got to be. Nobody's really stood out to say like, okay, besides like Dwight, and it really stood out and say I deserve playoff minutes.
Dude, Dwight is the heart of this team.
And you're probably going to see Dwight's minutes a little bit lesser, whereas probably getting 12 to 14. He's probably only getting 8 to 10 now because you're not gonna have those long stretches of Joel being out off the floor unless there's foul trouble.
Now, I'll ask you guys, I'm sure this will get people upset, but do you guys see Furkan getting more minutes than Tyrese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play two different positions. It's not always apples to apples. You know what I mean? Like,
I understand that, but I'm saying as far as everyone talks about, and that's the reason why I say it's going to be, controversial to some people.
Everybody hates Furkan. That's why it's controversial.
I don't fully disagree with that. But it's that, okay, why, if we need instant offense, it seems that Doc is going to Korkmaz instead of Tyrese. And I'm not saying that's a huge issue.
Have we watched the NBA before? All the NBA does is shoot threes. The ability to get to the basket is so overlooked that instant offense means you can put the ball in the bucket with the 3 ball.
Greg, I like your spice tonight.
That's what's wrong with the NBA. Is they value the 3-point shot now more than the layup because they watched one of the greatest shooting teams of all time, and everyone thinks that they can replicate that.
Copycat league.
And you can't.
Yep.
Because you don't have the 3 or 4 greatest shooters of all time all together on one team.
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
And to the Korkmaz Maxi thing, they're a combo that I can run together.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking at the common sense basketball, I got one guy who can penetrate really well to the rim, and another guy who can shoot threes. So, that would open up looks. That would open up looks. That's what we say about Ben being aggressive going to the rim, right? And the bucket, because it opens up looks. And the same thing with Maxi. But I just don't. I mean, listen. I love Tyrese, and I would give him a run. I just don't see him getting that run in the postseason. Other guys got to really struggle for him to get like any meaningful minutes. I think. I just know Doc's going to be more inclined to go with guys who have had postseason experience. That's why George Hill's got to really like shit the bed to not play, because he's going to give him every opportunity to get meaningful minutes come postseason time. Even though to me, if I'm looking at it like over the last 10 games, it's like, oh, well, maybe Maxey needs to get more playoff minutes, but it's also that winding stretch of an NBA season too. And, credit to Maxey for getting better as this year went on, especially from the 3 ball, etc. And I think it's a great piece to have. And it's even more of a reason I'm glad we didn't make that Harden trade, right? Because that's a guy that's going with them. I was a guy that was going in that deal, and I wasn't ready to give up on that guy yet. There was more than just trading Ben Simmons. It was Ben, Matisse, Maxey. I'm glad I can hold on to them guys and hold on to them younger players and watch them develop a little bit while I got stars. So we'll see. But I think the veterans definitely get minutes. And Furkan's one of them guys, essentially, in postseason wise, that has been in the postseason at least a couple times.
Can you imagine the ovation in the arena when Sam Hinkie rings the bell?
Oh, place would go nuts.
I can't wait.
You think he's going to do that?
I hope he does. He's got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of he can get out of California.
True.
I mean, if everybody's getting out of California, why not Hinkie? So might as well bring him over to ring the bell.
I would love the GOAT to come back.
Get your trust the process chance going.
Yeah, Joe probably out with him at the bell. I mean, a fucking wedding service.
He'll be on the floor doing the.
Yeah, he'll be doing a dry hump. The bell ring.
I don't even know where that shit came from. Like, where did that come? Like, when you all of a sudden just start dry humping the air out of nowhere.
I don't know, but I love
it. I love it. Love it.
It's something.
We know you do. If Jimmy was dry hump, we would have issues back in the day.
He's gonna dry hump something tomorrow.
You better hope he's playing.
Don't even get me started. I'm gonna go there. Everyone's gonna be sitting on the bench. Like, yeah. I can't. I can't. Joel's gonna break a leg.
Late night in Miami. They might lose tomorrow night too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they get to Miami a little late in the season, or Miami and then Orlando. All right, it might be freaking.
I think I'm gonna put money on the Heat tomorrow. Honestly.
Good.
Well, Joel's not with the team. You guys know that, right?
You better shut the hell up.
He's not playing tomorrow?
According to, Mr. John
Where,
Clark
what? Where's Joel? What do you mean?
apparently he's not with the team. John Clark tweeted
Wow.
that Joel's not with the team in Miami.
Oh, just like the guy in here that said Smith tore his ACL in practice.
I don't think we're doing fake news. I mean, he put it on a. Hold on, I'll read you the thing. Hold on.
Well, how many games do they need to win to get the
one
more
tomorrow?
No.
One of their last three.
Yeah, but if he's not in
tomorrow.
Miami, what makes you think he's getting to Orlando? No, he's going to fly him out. Like he could not be with Miami right now and get flown out tomorrow. I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
That's not great. That's not groundbreaking in today's NBA. So
I just don't like the sound of it.
They don't need him to beat Orlando though. They don't need.
Yeah,
him.
they do. No.
No,
But they need him
not
tomorrow.
Orlando. Yeah,
Tomorrow's
sorry.
Miami.
Yeah, here it is. An hour ago, Joel Embiid is not with the Sixers in Miami. He is questionable with non-COVID illness.
Well, thank God it's not
which
good.
means he could be with John Clark. Shut the hell up. Which means he could be there tomorrow if he feels better. Like it's a freaking 2-hour flight.
I was just letting Tori know.
Shut up, because I'm tired of his act. I'm tired of his.
By the way,
She better-
both
she better
both
do.
Magic Gamer in at home.
Oh,
he
are
doesn't
they?
have to fly anywhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Schedule down there. I'm sorry.
Well, no, because
Well,
I'm like
of
sitting
course.
here. I just
Of
bought
course he
Phillies.
knows that.
I just bought
Magic's
Phillies
number one
tickets in
fan.
Tampa. I just bought Phillies race
Mr.
tickets or
Orlando.
Blue Jays tickets last week. I was gonna go to the game.
Yeah, he's got the magic. He's got the magic freaking schedule on his refrigerator.
Wait,
Get
Greg,
that.
why don't you come to Miami tomorrow? I have 2 tickets for sale.
Mr. Spice.
Because I'm not driving to Miami.
You're corny.
A 4-hour ride.
Okay, Joel. Calling Joel Embiid over here.
Wait, I'm just catching on. Wait, Greg, you live in Florida, and Tori, you do as well?
No, I'm just here visiting. I'm on
I'm just
sabbatical.
here visiting too.
So is Greg.
No
We just
ass.
live in our best place.
There you go. Well, enjoy the sunshine and the palm trees.
Always.
It's very enjoyable.
Like a weekly Noah question.
Right, that's a
At
comment.
least he's awake right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
For now. For
Yeah, I
now.
was gonna say he's
That-
leaning
that
up
wall
against
look-
that wall.
Good to
That
be
wall
here.
looks
That
mighty
wall now.
familiar.
Good to
That wall
be.
looks mighty familiar. It's a sleepy wall.
This is where
We've
he's
seen
starting
that
to drift.
The sleepy wall.
The sleeping wall.
When does his nose go under? Remember that list?
23 minutes.
23 minutes.
I missed all that.
My man was out.
On live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On live, yeah.
He was on the big screen and everything. Like
Dude,
Hold on.
I
he was
can
out
get past
cold.
all PM and not even fall asleep. Like what?
Tori, I have pictures. Hold on.
Okay.
John, nothing's wrong with John Clark. I'm tired of his airport act. You know what I mean?
Airport. That's the best job ever.
Airport Johnny.
Yeah,
I think I'd be really good at that job.
Yeah, I
Just
can't
wear-
stand the suits, man. They all say the same shit. They all the same, man. I just can't stand them.
yeah, he's a good guy. I'm tired of it. Like,
Airport
I'm at
Johnny.
the airport again.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's like a deep ass sleep, dude.
Oh, he was out.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
I was impressed he wasn't snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out.
Sleep for an hour.
That's insanity, actually. Jesus.
Oh, Ryan's great with them shots, man.
Yeah. The eyes.
Oh, that's the start of it. That's the start of it.
What's worse, the fact that he still hasn't saved his
Yeah,
phone.
well done, Ryan.
I had to listen. I needed him for a thumbnail. I put it on the thumbnail.
I need them for the
Hey, I'm happy to help.
Happy to be here.
I might use this for a post. Every Phillies fan watching the bullpen.
That's a good
There you go.
What's the score of the game anyway? I know y'all got the ball.
It's still 2-1.
You should do the sleeping one, like every Flyers fan watching
Anything
the
to say about your boy,
postseason.
Greg?
What's
Before I
that?
got- anything to say about your boy on that fly ball?
I'm not watching it, but
You didn't say it earlier.
We don't get this down here in Florida, you know.
He gets everything. This guy.
He's got the servers.
I haven't turned it on though.
Go with Spice tonight. I can just see it.
He really is.
What are you
right?
doing? He missed play a fly ball?
They both did. Him and a dude both did, and they like ran into each other. It was
Oh, nice.
it was a treasure.
Language barrier.
Yeah,
No,
we'll
but
go with
Like
Debo-
that
Debo
right
did
there.
that last week.
Out there is
Debo did
the
that
highlight.
last-
Oh, it's right there. There it is.
No, just show it again. That's how they have a 2-1 lead. So that's fun.
It was right out of the Bad News Bears. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
What inning?
Was it like the Roman Quinn and Odubel the other?
That's
like
what I
a week
said.
ago?
Yes, that was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Like both of them pulled up.
Dude, how come my team's app sometimes will play a game and sometimes won't?
I don't know. I think that app sucks. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I've had the issues with it.
Who
Like, I
uses
keep getting
my
all
teams
excited.
when you can stream from
Isn't that what
Reddit?
this is? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Reddit has all the good streams.
I need to get Reddit.
Yeah, your phone might get hacked the next day, but it's got all the good streams.
Ad blockers. It's the best thing ever.
There you go.
Don't see nothing but foot pictures.
That'll be my Reddit.
Pictures. Something about anime. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my.
Anime.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit gets weird when you go to anime.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that, anyone want to do conference final predictions?
Speaking of anime.
Yeah, let's talk about the NBA Conference Finals. What a great segue, Ryan.
Ralph, I'll start with you.
Speaking
Ralph.
of that, always works, no matter what you're
Yeah,
talking
but speaking of that, Ralph, who are your two conference final matchups?
In the West. All right. We're going to go with my own LA Lakers
Oh, what a homer.
playing
Wow.
against the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference Finals. In the East, we're going to go the Philadelphia 76ers. And yes, it's going to be the Brooklyn Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And who do you have winning both of those series, Ralph?
In the West, the good old LA Lakers. In the East, the Philadelphia 76ers. And we finally get the rematch of 0-1. And nothing's going to change.
Even
'Cause
with
the Lakers might
even
win in
with,
6.
Even
Might
with
win in
LeBron and his bum ankle and the poor guy.
Absolutely.
That poor
We'll
guy.
be fine, Greg. Worry about your team, Greg. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
That poor guy and his ankle might never be the same ever
Hey,
again in
hey,
his life.
We're raising the banner tonight. We're chilling tonight. We're good to go. We're good.
Why are they doing it tonight? Because LeBron's finally in the building?
Well, he's always been in the building.
Oh,
Watch some of the games. It's all right.
No,
though.
I mean,
All
when
right.
your coach is asked, "Hey, where's LeBron?" He's like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, is he in the building?"
LeBron
He's
was
not
there
hurt,
last night.
so I don't know where
He's
he
not
is.
hurt. I mean, LeBron's just doing his thing.
I heard this all last year too and stuff like that. It's all right. We'll see you.
Hear
We'll
this,
see you in the finals.
jackass. You didn't hear this.
What's up?
You didn't hear this
LeBron wasn't hurt last year.
He wasn't
last
hurt
year because the King did not come out and say he'll never be 100% again.
No. What I heard last year is that it's the Clippers. It's this way about the Clippers.
Mickey
The Clippers
Mouse
got it this year.
Mickey Mouse.
Don't worry
championship.
about Lakers. Ain't gonna do nothing. King James is over the hill. He can't be
You
Kawhi.
got to make sure you make it out of the
I've
playoff
heard it
pool.
all last year.
Mickey Mouse title.
We will.
Mickey.
We will.
The Mickey.
Hey,
Mhm.
it's all right. Let's go.
You know what's
Okay,
sad though,
so-
because Ralphie's actually been talking up like Joel and the Sixers all night, and we're just here like completely
It's not-
shitting on him.
It's not
Yeah.
real.
No, it's not real.
It's not real.
It's pretty-
Nothing
it's
he
pretty
said
bad,
all day has
Tori.
been real.
No,
Are you
it's
serious?
Pretty bad, Tori.
It's
Are you
like we're in
serious?
the Twilight Zone listening to this.
not genuine, Tori. It's not genuine.
I can't tell with Ralphie because he has this big ass smile on. Like
Uh-oh.
you really deceived me.
Oh, Tom, get back here, Tom.
Right here.
Oh,
What happened?
how
What's going
about
on?
that?
Backflip
Oh, my
Central.
God.
Look,
Ew.
that fool.
Oh, Doofus Herrera ran
we get
into
one?
one.
We
Been
got
hitting
one.
Good.
Let's
He hit
go.
It's a good hit.
He's been hitting. So, I mean,
Who hit it?
Yeah.
Herrera?
we knew,
Yeah.
we knew this about him. His center field stuff is going to drive you crazy, but, the one thing he can do is he can get hot and help you. And it's way more production you're going to get from center field from anybody else. That's not saying a lot. But him and Harper got to get that figured out in center field for sure. But way to redeem yourself. Way to absolutely redeem yourself.
And you totally redeemed yourself.
We need you to get that ball.
And we're back.
We need
That
you
was
to
an
get that ball.
that was an excellent bat flip, by the way.
Oh,
Yes.
It's phenomenal. Greg, your two your East and Western Conference final teams.
All right. In the West, we are going to go with the Phoenix Suns and the Dallas Mavericks.
He's such a problem.
He's such a troll.
And in the East, we're going to go with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Nice.
And your two winners.
And my two winners are going to be...
Who will be facing the Mavericks in the finals?
It will be the Sixers Suns.
Okay.
I can't sit there. I can't sit there and say I'd agreed to a poll and then not put the Sixers in the finals.
Let me just go real quick because I got to go piss.
So we should keep talking. So Tom,
It's all good.
Suns, Clippers,
Hmm.
and Sixers, Milwaukee. I'll go Clippers going to the finals.
Of sorts.
Clippers going to the finals because of Rondo. I think Rondo pick up big for them come playoff time too. And I'm going to go Sixers to the finals. And Doc versus old team. NBA loves fucking ratings. They fucking eat it up. They milk the cat like we talked about earlier. They love milking cats. They love it. And that's a rating written all over it for them. Big East Coast market, big West Coast market. Giddy up, let's go. I'll leave you there. I'm not having the Clippers win shit. So you know where that ends.
You get the Doc versus Clippers, and then you get the Sixers versus Kawhi.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
That's why I said a rematch of sorts.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, I
They
don't
love
want to see a
Go,
Kawhi.
go to hell, Ralph.
Noah,
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're ready, Noah.
Ready as we're
All
gonna
right,
be.
in the West. In the West, I got, believe it or not, the Lakers and the Suns.
There you go.
All right.
How much did Ralph pay you to say that?
Oh, you'll love this then. I have the Lakers beating the Suns in 7
There you go.
and making
Good
the
pick.
finals. And I have the Sixers playing the Bucks. The Sixers playing the Bucks. I have the Sixers winning in 7. I have the Sixers beating the Lakers in 5 games in the NBA Finals.
Wow.
Sixers in 5.
Sixers in
Terrible
5
pick.
over the Lakers.
Ralph, thoughts?
Terrible pick at the end. The first 2 picks were good. That pick right there, very bad. We'll move on to the next. Nate, go ahead.
In the West, I like the Clippers and the Lakers.
There you go. Good pick.
I'm not sure if
Good
they're going to
pick.
make it, but I like a Hall LA Western Conference Finals. And then in the East, I'm going with I think the Bucks and the Sixers make the most sense. I think the Bucks and the Sixers make the most sense. And I got
Get him, Gav.
I got Milwaukee and some team from LA.
Pick one. Let's go. Pick one. Come on, Nate.
I got Milwaukee and the Clippers. I think they're coming. The Lakers are coming in hurt, and I just don't think they got enough.
Might never ever be the same ever again.
I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers are getting overlooked in this whole thing. They really are, and I think they might surprise people. They were hot in April. So as long as PG shows something.
What month is it now?
May Day.
All right, then. What the hell have the Clippers won in my lifetime?
Shit.
Nothing.
When have the Clippers ever had a team like this?
Last year.
Shut up, Ryan.
I mean, you asked. It's like 7 months ago.
I mean, that's the right answer.
That's the bubble. That's the bubble. No, I'm kidding.
You asked. And it's 7 months ago.
Yeah.
Touche.
Hey, John, I'm doing better, man. No drink tonight, man. I gotta study in a little bit, so no drink tonight.
Study.
Yeah, I know, right? It's fucking terrible.
Now, dumb question. Is it seeding wise? Is it possible to have a Suns Nuggets Western Conference Finals?
No.
It is not.
No.
Because they're 2-4 currently
Yeah,
right now.
fair. Currently, yes. Now, if that moves around,
Right.
It
know,
could be
obviously.
possible, yeah.
If you go over current standings, no, it's not possible because they're 2-4.
So wait, the 1 seed plays the 8 seed, right?
One plays
No.
8.
Hold on. Yeah.
yeah.
One plays
Yeah,
8.
1-8.
It is possible.
It's possible, yeah.
Mhm.
But
Two
Noah's
would
matchup,
play 3.
of Suns Lakers with the current standings right now is impossible because 2 plays 7.
Yeah, but the Lakers are getting the 8 seed, so
Oh shit.
if they even make the playoffs at all.
Yeah.
They'll make the
So-
playoffs.
So I'll go a little different just because, like, I know the Jamal Murray loss. I mean, it's big, but I still believe in that team. I think that's a really, really good team over in Denver. So I'm going to go Suns Nuggets, Western Conference Finals with the Suns beating them in 6. And then in the East, I don't think anybody's named this team yet. Has anyone had Brooklyn going to the conference finals? Has anyone had?
I did. I had
You
Sixers
did?
Nets.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going Sixers, Brooklyn to 7 games. And you know what the hell? The arena is going to be rocking, so I'll go Sixers. What the hell? So then I would have Sixers Suns in the final.
Yeah,
So you're saying the Suns can't play the Lakers right now, the 2 and the 7.
Correct.
So who does the 2
Well,
play?
they would match up right now. If the season ended, they would match up in the first round. The Suns and Lakers.
Yeah,
They would match up in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the finals. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank?
If they lose to Houston, it all goes to hell.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Ooh, yes.
They might.
Not necessarily.
You
Not
staying up for that game, Ralphie?
I got it on. I got it on the other monitor right now. We're about to raise the banner here. I got Portland on the TV right now. We're watching multiple games here, Nate.
What's it,
Okay.
March Madness? It's
Talking
like
about.
friggin' March Madness right now for you on TV.
We got NBA TV up in the upper left corner there.
I'm not a big gambling guy, but what was the line on the Utah Portland game? Do you know by any chance, Nate? Just to see what Vegas was thinking about tonight's game, because they're without Mitchell and Connolly tonight.
Yes.
I think it was a light line. I think it was like -3. Somewhere in there, -2.5.
For Utah, right?
Yeah, Utah. Yeah.
Okay. Is that good or bad for Utah?
Is it in
Is that,
Utah?
is that Vegas saying that Utah is going to win or what? I'm not a big gambling guy, so
Is it in Utah?
yes, it's in Utah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's yeah, they're home. They're, you know what I mean? You know, it's a Utah line. Like it screams to you Portland, right? Because it's such a light line.
Yeah.
But you go with the home favorite there. It doesn't matter who is playing in Utah. Utah's a tough out at home.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like Utah's a tough out at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to go in Utah and win. So
And that's why, thank you for segueing that in for my pick for the Western Conference Final. I got the Utah Jazz taking on the other team that sports purple and gold, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Let's go.
Gesundheit.
Let's go, Frank.
So I got Jazz Lakers, and I'm gonna go with a team that sports purple and gold.
Jeez.
Adam Silver's favorite, the Los Angeles Lakers, representing the Western Conference.
Good pick, Frank. Good pick, Frank.
I think Silver wants the ratings, and he's gonna somehow, some way, give that to the Los Angeles Lakers. So I got Lakers representing the West in the East.
Sip that drink. Eat them ice cubes, buddy. Yep. I want a Sixers Lakers final so bad. I want it so bad.
You don't want that smoke.
I do though.
Because we're gonna give you hell for it.
You know what?
That would be brutal.
I'm surprised you're not drinking a hint tonight, by the way.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I ran out. I don't want to talk about it. What was that, Tori?
Are you of age?
24. Tori, what are we doing?
I'm just kidding. I feel like I've never seen you drink a beer. I don't know.
He hasn't.
Sorry, I got the
I rarely do. I rarely do.
Huh?
I'll tell you what. If the Sixers lose to the Lakers in the finals, I'll start drinking.
You want to drink it?
I'll definitely start drinking then.
Attaboy.
But Ralphie, I'm just telling you right now, and I'm not just speaking for me. I'm speaking for everybody. If we get to the finals and we face you,
Yeah.
you better not lose.
Oh, I know.
You better
I
not
know what's
lose.
coming my
You
way.
better
if
not
we do.
lose.
Mm-hmm.
You better make sure you win that series.
Yep.
Frank, did you give your prediction?
I did not give my Eastern Conference finals predictions. For my Eastern Conference, I think I'm going with almost everybody in the room. I'm going to go Sixers Bucks. Sixers win in 7, so we're going to have a rematch of 0-1. Oh boy.
That's a good storyline. I remember that series.
It's a good storyline. It's a series. It's probably the series that Adam Silver wants.
What's all this Adam Silver stuff?
I don't know. Something about money and ratings or something.
It's a good
You're so mad at Adam Silver.
Remember who was it? It was Big Dog Glenn Robinson and it was Ray Allen. I forget who was the other third one on that team. And remember, they bitched so hard about the refs that they just wanted the Sixers in the finals.
A large market,
right? because it made the story. You know what I mean? It made the story. So I forget who George Karl was the coach.
Yeah, George Karl. Yeah. But yeah, they want the large market teams, like, you know. I recall like the Spurs dynasties, like the ratings for the Spurs finals teams were like low because they're like, oh, small market team in the finals and they're going to win. Oh, great. All right, let's turn that off. But I'm going to go Sixers win the finals in 6.
I like
Corey?
it.
My turn.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't watch the West that much, so I feel like either way, I'm saying an Eastern team is winning the finals. I'm saying that right now. So I guess Western, I'm gonna go Clippers, Lakers. As much as I want to shit talk the Lakers, I think when they want to turn it on, they're gonna turn it on. But I'm gonna say, yeah, I think the Lakers will beat the Clippers. Don't stop shaking your head up there. I'm not saying this for you. And then I think it's going to be the Sixers, Bucks, and the Bucks are going to beat us, and it's going to be a Bucks Lakers. I'm just being real. I keep it real, and I think the Bucks are going to win though. It's the East. Someone from the East is winning the finals.
I said
go get that liquor right.
I said this on the show last week, and we went through the odds of who's going to win the championship, and we went through the top 5, and the Bucks were sitting there, man. I'm telling you, the Bucks are 8-1 right now to win the whole thing. Good value on the Bucks right now. Really good value on the Bucks. You wouldn't surprise anybody in this room if the Bucks won the whole thing.
No.
They've
been talking about the last 2-3 years as, oh, this is it. This is it. This is it. It would make perfect sense for them to, in a year where they don't get the 1 seed, no one's really talking about them. Giannis isn't the MVP. It's like, oh, of course, this is the year.
Because they're always hyped up. They're always hyped up every year, and then they don't live up to it. But who would we want to win in a Lakers-Bucks series?
Oh, the Bucks. I'm not rooting for
I would like the Bucks to win just to spite Ralph.
They can't tie, or they can't both lose.
Yeah.
Can I root for a friggin'
Thanks for
meteor
that,
or
Greg.
something?
Thanks for that.
No, I mean it's reality, right?
I might root for the meteor to hit.
But that's what I was rooting for in a Mets Yankees World Series.
Right.
Oh, the Subway series.
Yeah. Pandemonium. No, the other side of it too is Milwaukee. You know, if they're thinking from a front office standpoint, they need to win as quick as possible too, because you know that contract with Giannis has probably a couple buyouts in there or opt-outs in there. So in order to keep him in and keep him locked up, they need to keep winning and keeping talent around him.
And they're battle tested too.
They are. They got a good group of veterans.
Yeah, and just what they did last year. You know what I'm saying? They're battle tested from last year, and those are the teams that run deep. You know, those are the teams that run deep in the playoffs. They know how to get there. They know what's going to take to get over the hump.
So we've got the Phillies coming to hopefully a close. It's going to now we're going extra innings now?
Extra innings.
Oh,
Extras.
Lord.
Baseball.
Alvarado got out of it.
Yep.
Yo,
so
are
you've
we
got
leading
Harper,
the league in
Hoskins.
freaking extra innings? My God.
We've got Harper, Hoskins,
It's like every other
and,
game.
and Bohm coming up.
To your point, we played a lot of one-run games.
Yeah, exactly.
They have the
Sure.
most one-run wins, right? Or was this a?
Yeah, I think they were saying that too. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw that.
We have a question from Nasty Nizzle.
What up, Nizzle?
And he
Right.
says,
I
"Is
love the
anyone
way
at
you
least
say these names.
what Nasty Nizzle?
Nasty.
Nasty Nizzle.
Nasty.
Yeah.
He says, or they say, Nasty says, is anyone at least a little bit worried about possibly facing the Wizards in the first round? I know the game slows down in the playoffs, but I still don't want to see Westbrook and Beal.
Hell no. Ain't nobody worried.
No.
No.
I mean, I don't want to
Well,
say
the
I'm
Knicks are
not.
in the playoffs. They secured a playoff spot tonight, and so did Atlanta as well too with their win the night over Washington.
We'll beat both those teams in 5.
That's
I'm not worried about them too. Yeah.
I'm not worried about the Wizards. No.
They
We're
couldn't
not
beat
worried
you.
about any of them.
The Knicks couldn't beat your team without friggin' LeBron and crippled AD last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about them.
Oh, how is they doing? I know he's not playing tonight. Is he okay?
Nope, we're resting him tonight. You know,
Oh.
off the back-to-back, we'll be fine.
Poor
Greg,
guy.
worry about the Sixers,
Is
man.
it the back
We're
this
fine over
time?
here.
I
Is
don't
it the
have to worry
back?
about the Sixers because right now there's nothing
We're
really to
fine.
worry about.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Don't get too comfortable.
What's there to worry
now.
about?
Yeah, Greg, come on.
Don't get too
Weren't
comfortable.
you the same person a week ago who said it's going to be a smooth sailing playoff?
Smooth sailing, yep.
So
But
now
I'm
you're
just
saying
telling
we should
Greg,
be. So
you
now
don't
you're
want to
saying
get
we should be
too
worried.
comfortable.
But which is it? Which is
It's
it
gonna be
now?
smooth sailing. I got you guys going to the finals.
Oh,
Half
I
of
don't.
you
I
guys
want to know what you,
Half of you guys don't.
Ralphie. I pray that you root against us. I pray that you don't have us in something because we know what happens. We know what happens, Ralphie. We've been down this road before.
Yeah. Yes, we have.
Yes, we have.
And we're gonna go right back down it. Get in the car. Let's go.
No, it depends on which car you're going to go in. Are you going in a
Not
nice
your
car,
car, Frank.
or my tiny ass Italian made car?
Oh, get in.
They're going to go in a Mercedes. All right, Frank?
All right then.
All right.
I'll ask you guys this around the NBA and chat chime in on this too. Who is the dark horse team that you can see making the most noise in the playoffs? And it can be in either conference.
Make the most noise.
Probably
What do
Miami.
you,
Miami
what do you
Heat,
consider a
yeah.
dark horse?
Team that no one's really
All
talking
right,
about.
the Celtics. Brad Stevens is an excellent coach.
Yeah, but they lost Jalen Brown though.
Yeah, that
That's a
hurt.
huge loss.
I know.
That's a huge loss.
Hey, I mean they're dark horse. I mean that's a dark horse. So
Oh, they're a dark horse. All right.
Yeah.
I think it's Miami. They're the one.
Yeah.
They're like. I mean, they're not flying under the radar, but nobody expecting them to come out of the East.
Kind of. Yeah.
You know, and they're just, you know, they're right there. In the West, it's so open in the West. There's nobody that Portland. There's something missing with Portland.
Dallas.
Dallas doesn't have enough. I mean, I guess you could say Golden State. If Curry gets hot, they're scary. But they don't have enough to play with the big dogs in that division. You know what I mean? They just don't. It can't. Curry can drop 50, but they need another. They need another gun, and it's not Wiggins. So for me, it would be a kind of split between the Warriors because nobody wants to see the Warriors, right?
Mhm.
They don't. But I really think on the other side, like in the second round, you don't want to see Miami. You know what I mean? You really don't. If you're the Bucks or you're the Brooklyn, that's
You're absolutely right, Nate.
dog-fight series. That's easy. Could go 7 games. You don't
And
want
especially in the playoffs where there's no back-to-backs, right? So Jimmy can go all out and then lay around on the couch and then go all out and and then get a couple shot clock violations with the game on the line and then
Excuse me, who are you talking about?
just some guy, just some guy.
Watch it.
I of course my dark horse is going to be the Mavs because I got them going to the finals.
You got money on it?
No,
Oh, okay.
just in this exercise we did earlier.
Greg,
I'll
you're,
go.
you're something else tonight. I can't with you.
Yeah, he's on rare form.
Did you
I'm
find
so
a
loop-
girlfriend?
I'm
Did
so-
you find a
I'm so,
girlfriend?
I'm so loopy from work that it's just like this is
Uh-huh.
finally like my release.
There you go.
I feel like you got a girl. I don't know.
No.
All right.
See how quick Greg was? No.
I mean, right.
No.
No girl.
That's-
I ain't admitting to that.
not even a kiss or tell, nothing. Just no.
Nope.
I don't fuck with them hoes.
That might be a soundbite, Nate. That might be a drop.
Please.
I got more.
Molly, I would love if your Wizards got the 7 seed and they wreak havoc on, just give the 2 seed a little bit more than an easy 4-game win. That'd be nice. Set up with like a 5 or a 6 game series, against the Bucks and the Nets. Please do it. Not happening, but
I'd love it, but no, it's not. I wouldn't bet I wouldn't bet anything on that.
it would be at our expense. But I think the Knicks are very close to being primed for to be a problem. I mean, they're already a well coached team and a hard playing team. And like I said, it would be at our expense. So I
Get down. Yes.
don't want to. We win.
No.
Not yet.
Dude, we could score 10 runs and still lose in extra innings.
But the Knicks are close. The Knicks are close.
They're the team that can take the biggest jump from this season to next season just because of the amount of cap space they have. And it's like, oh, the Knicks are good. Maybe they're a destination now. Maybe they can actually start using some of that cash.
Yeah.
You know
Leon
what I mean?
Rose has got that ship heading in a good direction.
Yeah.
They need a bona fide star.
They
They-
do.
Kawhi, Mr.
What they're-
Kawhi.
They're missing. Like they need a bona fide star who can get you a bucket. I mean, there's always rumors of Russ going there. I don't know what his contract is like now.
Nah, it would have to be a trade. It would have to.
He's
be a
got
trade.
one more year after this. I might be. Yeah, he's
At
got
like
one more year.
45 too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that John Wall contract where
Yeah, but
It's-
I mean, he's a walking triple double. Like nobody says that. He just doesn't win wherever he goes. That's the problem. It's so weird. Like
Yeah.
he's walking triple double,
Yeah.
but he just can't get over the hump. I mean, he has some good years in OKC, but Durant was there, right? When it's just him,
I think this day and age, I completely agree with you, Nate. I think if he went to a team and he's the second star, and I'm not saying I want to hear, but like if he was on this team and if he was the second star with Embiid and Tobias was here, they can win. You know what I'm saying?
the problem is he won't accept being second. It's just his mentality. He's lead dog everywhere he goes. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
fair.
it doesn't matter. He'll drop his kid off at at the nursery, and he's the lead dog doing it. You know what I'm saying? This is what he is, man. It's just his makeup. It's just his genetic makeup, and that's what happened in OKC. You can see it late in games. They were so dysfunctional because he wanted the ball in his hands, and he wasn't the best player on the team, and he'll never realize that.
It's like he's such a great player, but he lacks any bit of self-awareness on the court. That's the issue.
Yeah, and it's weird to say that because he had 20 assists. I mean, he's not aware. Like what the?
I know.
It's just insane. Like the numbers he puts up, he does it anywhere. He's done it everywhere. He's done it in OKC. He's done it in Houston. You're seeing it in Washington. So he's just that great of a player. You know what I mean? But it's just like, and we're talking about greatness with him at this point. We're not talking about a great, you know what I mean? We're talking about greatness and being one of the all-time greats. But is this going to be one of those things that is a championship? Does he fall in that Barkley category, the Dominique category, where he just doesn't get a ring? Like he did just some of those guys that are amazingly great and great of greats, and they just don't get rings. And I feel like he's falling that.
Even if he doesn't get a ring at the end of his career, does he get into the Hall of Fame still?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he can retire today, and he's a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that record he broke is unreal. You know what I'm saying? And this age, and this the way to play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, you used to say back in the day, he's a walking double-double. Like he's a walking triple-double. Like in the odds, when I was looking at his odds to get a triple-double, it was like minus 200, minus 300 to get a triple-double.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's insane. You know what I mean? He's guaranteed to give you 10, 10, and 10. Like that's retarded.
Yeah, I mean, think about it from an odds standpoint, right? Like that's like, your ace going against the number 5 starter. You know what I mean? That's like Roy Halladay odds going against almost anybody, right? Minus 200, minus 300. They're expected to win.
Yeah. Like that's insane.
And I'm not a Russ guy. I think what he does is impressive. I also think it's a product though of today's NBA also, where it's a lot more wide open. Oh boy.
Yes,
sir.
There you go, Reese.
Oh boy, it's Reese too.
Yeah.
Reese Lightning.
Now we got to
Hey,
hear all the
Lily,
Reese
way to
fans
go,
come out.
Phillies.
Jesus.
Can you just
say
accept
Reese,
a
Did you say
victory?
Reese Lightning?
I did say Reese Lightning.
I like that. I like that.
Lily,
Go
say
Phillies.
go Phillies. Huh?
I just want to say before I go, Tom has to be taking the biggest deuce in A2D radio history right now. He's been gone for like 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Have a great night.
Oh, Nate dropped too.
Whoa.
All right.
Good night.
Yeah.
No,
Sorry, I got to exit. I got to be up early. You guys have a great night. By the way,
sweet
if you're
dreams.
looking at the bird schedule later,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
thinking 7 and 10.
Gotcha.
Uh,
There he is. He's
hopefully the
back.
ball will bounce. Hopefully the ball will bounce our way. Maybe we'll get a couple extra tacked on. Who knows? Maybe we have
like 7 times.
Huh?
Yeah.
The ball
Uh,
will bounce
look,
our way like 7 times.
That's being hopeful.
I see 7 and 10. Maybe we'll get 3 or 4 extra. Will go our way, and we can turn into a possible wild card team. But I don't think we do any better than that.
Are you talking about the Eagles?
I love the optimism.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah,
love
he's
the
about to have him go to the Super Bowl right now.
I love the fucking under on that. The team
6.5.
6.5. Love the under. Love the under.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah.
schedule. Yeah, fucking right.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
it's a gauntlet.
I tell you what though, I don't know what the odds are, but I was looking at some of the regular season wins, and I was looking. I don't know what it is for a team to go undefeated, but here's a drop before I go. Look at Kansas City. Look at the Chiefs.
Huh?
Look at the Kansas City
Yeah.
Chiefs. They really might go 17-0. I don't see a loss on that record.
I didn't look at their schedule yet.
I don't see a loss, man. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick of what they're
Let's take a look.
where they are. If Frank, if you have it up, man, just
I
run
actually
it
do
down.
have it up. All right.
Run it down
So,
real quick.
all right. So starting week 1, they are
Right? I
at
think
Cleveland.
when. Go ahead.
Then week 2, Baltimore.
When. Go ahead.
Then the team formerly known as the San Diego Chargers.
When. Go ahead.
Wait, can you give me like home or away? Like home or away, please?
All right. All right. So the first 3 game. Hold on. Let me. Okay, there we go. All right.
All right, ladies and gents, have a
doing
good
this-
one.
See ya, Noah.
See ya, Noah.
All right.
Later,
See ya,
guys.
buddy.
Be well.
Yep, see ya, buddy.
There's
Bye.
a lady
buddy.
here too.
All right.
Whatever.
So week
Whatever you want me
one,
to
one's
do.
a home game against Cleveland.
When. Go ahead.
All right. Week 2 is on the road against Baltimore.
When. Go ahead.
Tough
Week
but win, yeah.
Week 3 at the Sea of Red against the Chargers. So,
When. Go ahead.
road game against us.
When. Go ahead.
Home game against the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football.
That's a question game, right? That's a
Yeah.
tough
Yeah.
game.
Tough one.
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it in Buffalo or is it
Right, TTB, right?
At Kansas City.
So I like it in Kansas City. If it was in Buffalo, it'd be tough. But
months
go ahead.
later.
All right. Then there's 2 away games back to back. One against the week 6 is against the Washington football team.
When.
Week 7 it's against the Tennessee Titans.
When. Frank, what the hell are you looking at? Come on now.
Somebody in that room?
Week 8 it's a home game Monday Night Football against the New York Giants.
When.
Week 9 home game against the Green Bay Packers.
When.
I need a drop of all your wins here. When?
Week 10 an away game against Las Vegas.
When.
And then a home game against Dallas.
Win. I'm telling you, they're going to go 17-0.
Winning. I don't know. That's
And
kind of
then
hard though.
They have a bye week, week 12, week 13, home game against the Broncos.
Win.
Then a home game against the Las Vegas Raiders.
Keep going.
15 at LA against the Chargers.
Keep going.
Week 16, 16 home game against Pittsburgh.
Keep going.
17 away game against Cincinnati.
Keep fucking going.
And they conclude the season at Mile High Stadium against Denver.
So, like the
Week 16 might be another hiccup, right? Steelers, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think the Steelers are what you wouldn't remember them being.
Right,
Yeah.
but you'd also remember, unless they're 14-0 at that point, they might have already clinched. You know what I mean? So they might not play everybody.
All right, that's correct. But the only tough game in that schedule where you have to question it is Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And Baltimore early, just because early week 2 we might not know what the teams are, right?
Yeah. I give you that. I give you that. I just don't. They just can't score with them.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But if you're going to question any games, you're right though. It's down to only a handful.
If even a handful.
And by handful, I mean 2 or 3.
Yeah. Like you
But
mean
so-
like.
So you're
So-
saying if anyone can go undefeated in the league, it's the Chiefs.
I just looked at the Chiefs. I didn't like Buffalo's going to be tough
Okay.
next year.
I think
Gonna
Buffalo's
be
going to be
improved.
a tough one.
You know what I mean? So, but Buffalo plays the Chiefs. So somebody's going to lose that game, obviously. But all I'm saying is I don't know what the odds is. It's not on FanDuel. I don't know if you got it in a sports book or where you go. But it's worth a shot. If it's 15 to 20 to 1, which is very low odds, if you think about it, for a team to go undefeated in the regular season. How many teams have done it? Is it just the Dolphins or another
Just the
team?
Dolphins.
Just the Dolphins.
The Patriots did it?
Regular season, they went undefeated, but lost in the
Okay.
Yeah. So regular season, so the Patriots too. So if you think it's got to be probably 30, 35 to 1, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the Chiefs, I'm just saying, man. But that's my time, man. I'll see y'all later. Money Pot on Fridays, 10:30. Come make some money with us. We've been making money all week. And if you've been following the plays on A2D Radio or on Money Pot Podcast, I've been consistently winning days. Sunday, we didn't have a good day. Goddamn Lakers killed us against the Phoenix on Sunday.
Thanks, Ralph.
But it would have been a winning weekend. Not just a winning day, a winning weekend. Catch me Friday night, 10:30, man. Love you boys, ladies. See y'all later.
See you,
Nate, see you, brother.
See you, Nate.
Later, Nate. So while we're on the schedule conversation, Frank, you want to, and Tom said it earlier, and everyone has been, Greg, I hear you. We've been asked so many times. Let's run through the Eagles schedule, especially because Tori, you said you haven't seen it yet.
I think I saw it earlier, but I wasn't sure if that was like the leaked one, and I wasn't sure if it was like the official.
Yeah.
All right, let's do like Tom said earlier. Let's do a way too early schedule rundown.
I can't find a loss on this Eagles schedule.
Of course not,
So-
Ralph.
Not at all. Not in
Frank,
week 1. No.
Yes.
I struggle to find wins on the schedule.
I was going to say everyone's
Right.
talking about the start of the. Everyone's saying the start of the season's real easy. I'm like, am I looking?
Who's
at the
saying that? I want to talk to that person straight faced and have a conversation.
Yeah, I don't think the first
I-
6 games look easy.
No,
I want to say week 1's easy, but then like also I never want to say we can win week 1.
no. So let's
We
keep
don't know what
track,
we are.
everybody. Let's keep track of a way to win-loss projection. Frank, whenever you're ready, sir.
All right. So we open the 2021 season on the road to go to Atlanta against the Falcons.
Loss.
Loss.
I get a loss.
When?
Tori has a
Who's,
win.
who's covering Kyle Pitts and Julio and all them?
Hey, maybe,
I think
maybe-
I'm gonna give it a shot.
maybe Jordan Hicks.
Oh yeah, Jordan
God.
Hicks.
Yeah,
Jordan Hicks.
Jordan Hicks.
He'd be hurt already.
Oh yeah, he won't get through. He won't get through camp.
No, I'll probably retire.
Dynamite, drop it, Monty.
It's all right. Like, yeah, I think football had enough of it.
Frank?
I also have a loss.
Okay.
Tom, what did you have for the week one?
In Atlanta,
Yeah.
Yeah.
win,
Dude, Atlanta stinks. Come on.
win.
Wow, we agree.
All right, week 2, we go home to a full Lincoln Financial Field and take on the San Francisco 49ers.
Loss.
Loss.
Win. What am I doing? Who am I right now?
Who's their quarterback?
Yeah.
I'll do something different. I'll go win.
I will also go different and go with a win. All right.
Going on with a win.
All right.
I think Niners stink too, so they can win that game.
All right. Week 3, we go to Jerry World to take on the Dallas Cowboys.
Loss.
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 Lost with me in the building, probably.
I will also go with a loss.
If that's happening, it's an absolute loss because you are a flat out mush.
I've been waiting to go there my entire life. L.
My brother toured it a couple weeks ago, and they wouldn't let him take a dump in the bathroom. Had no idea why when he was wearing an Eagles hat.
So rude.
Yeah, that's a loss, though.
Yeah.
Week 4, we are back home and take on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Loss.
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 Win.
I will also
L.
have it as a loss.
Gordon, where'd you go, Gordon?
Wrong button.
Gordon.
Yes, that's a loss.
I love just all the L's in the chat. It's going to be a great
Frank, keep
season.
going.
Come on,
Just like
Frank. Next
that.
week.
I was waiting for everybody to give their
Everyone
predictions.
Everyone
Okay,
win.
then week 5, we go back on the road against the Carolina Panthers.
Win.
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 That's the first win of the season for me.
Damn.
Same.
Oh my God. Come on.
Yeah, I'll go win.
I have 3
All right.
already.
That's got the Tommy running down Harding Ave vibe already to me. You know, Carolina in, you know what I mean? Like that video I was answering that Carolina Thursday night game.
Yeah, I don't got that kind of vibe with it. I got 3 and 2 at that point, so maybe that's a sprint because that's what anybody else thinks will probably be.
Dude, I'm
And
so
that's-
happy with 3 and 2.
No, I don't. Yeah, I just necessarily mean like looking at the game like you're trying to find wins. This is probably normally a loss, but
If we start 3 and 2, I'm gonna be feeling like, are we doing
Yeah,
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
geez.
Like that's how
Me
I mean,
too.
far off.
starting off 3 and 2, it sounds like Noah's got 7, 8 wins, maybe 10.
That's how like far off Tom and I are right now. Like I've got 1 and 4, Tom is 3. You know what I mean? I'm
This
like
is
3 and 2. Can I just take that? Like I
That's
don't care
how much
what
we
we're
have
doing.
0 idea.
Well, first off, yeah, none of us have any idea because we don't even know. Like, I hate these things. I even hate them before seasons start. because
Yeah,
you don't know who's going to be healthy per game, and
exactly.
They're impossible to do. But what isn't impossible is you're playing exactly what you're supposed to play, which is a last place schedule. So you have like per se on schedule an easier one.
Mhm.
And that's where you can like make the case for like, okay, 3 and 2, 500 early on in the year.
Yeah.
Because your schedule is easier. It just is.
I
Yeah,
don't get that whole easier schedule when we're playing Kansas City and the Bucks.
Well, that's just because you're playing that conference over
Yeah,
in
in that division, yeah.
Well, that's
And-
bullshit.
and the
Ball
Bucks are
red.
just, and the Bucks are playing that. You're playing that conference. So I mean, you there's bad teams in that conference.
I'm just saying, like, how easy is it when like those are 2 solid losses right there?
But again, you don't know what is.
I know.
Again, like we don't know anything. Like what if Brady's hurt? Never hurt.
Yeah.
But what Brady's hurt.
I know.
Kyle Trask come in, spin it.
I mean, we always win. We always win games we don't think we're going to win, and we lose games that we don't think we're
Aren't supposed to win. Yeah.
We just don't know. We should stink.
Yeah,
but we don't.
We should.
We just don't know.
Hector,
Red.
what are we doing, Hector?
Red, whatever you got in that pipe, brother, send it over.
Dude, why is Hector our closer still? I cannot.
He's got 10 wins.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We'll see where this ends.
Or saying, I'm sorry, saying. Yeah, saying whatever you got over there, brother. Puff, puff, give.
Next one, Frank.
All right, then we go back home. It's like we're ping-ponging back and forth, home and away. We return back home to take on the reigning Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay.
Loss.
And I also have it as a loss.
1-5.
2-4 so
I hate
far.
it here.
3-3.
Greg.
2-4.
Ralph.
1-5.
Next, Frank.
All right,
Great,
week
great.
7. We go back on the road, this time to Sin City to take on the Las Vegas. Oh, Jesus. Mary and Joseph.
What team's that?
What happened? Wait, no, what happened?
That's definitely an L.
What happened over there?
What the place?
Somebody attacked.
It sounded like a hurricane or a cat.
You have a mini tornado?
Yeah, right?
Sharknado? Was it Sharknado?
My dogs just started taking off. They just started running. They were like barking at whatever was outside.
It sounded like the Noah and Tori video.
Yeah, it really did.
They just took off. They just started running. I just hear like yapping. I'm like, what just happened?
I just heard
So
like
usually
wind.
yes. Oh my god! It like spooked me.
I'm gonna go win against the Raiders. By the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna go win too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go win with Philly taking over Las Vegas Stadium.
I'm going to go loss.
Just like how I am at a typical casino, give me a loss. So, all right, week 8.
Win.
All right.
Raiders stink too.
Yeah, they're not good. It's just I think that's one of those games that's home. That's a win.
Yeah.
I just think the travel on the road,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sin City. I don't know.
Sin City. You don't know what happens in Vegas. I don't know.
Nice game, Frank.
So the next game we go on the road to take on Don Don's Detroit Lions.
Win.
Win.
Wow, I got back-to-back wins. Wow.
I know.
No,
Same.
I have us 4-4. What the fuck?
3-5.
It's gonna be a beautiful year.
3-5 as well.
35.
Give me a win. Oh my God.
And then
You know what's
we
funny?
go.
24, 25.
We got 5-4 right now. Am I okay?
Jalen Hurts. QB1, Tom.
Dude,
Jalen
you're
Hurts.
5-4. I'm like 4 and something. Wait,
I
what's
just think I don't think they're. I got a weird vibe. They're not going to be as bad as we think they're going to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're thinking top 3 pick. Like I just don't feel like their roster is bad enough for that. Like it was this past year, but it was like this year was like a train wreck. We've actually got better on defense. You can make that case. Like I can totally sit here and make the case off of 2 signings that were better defensively than we were last year, and we should be better offensively. Should be, but whatever. Got a weird vibe. 5-4 vibe.
Week 9, a home game against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Loss.
Yeah, I think the Chargers are going to be pretty good this year.
Yeah, I guess I lost.
Especially too, if you're coming off of 2 back-to-back wins on the road, which is very possible. You know, you're going to have that. Even at home, you're going to have like that letdown game.
Yeah, I fucking like it. Yeah. Hey, letdown game. I mean, Chargers are probably traveling across fucking country.
Yeah. Yeah, cross country game. Yeah, I'll give it as a win.
Oh, wow.
I think we sneak a win out of LA.
I got to mix in losses here. So
Yeah, Tom's got to even it out.
And then at the same time, you'll be like 12-5. Let's go.
Oh God, I can see 11-6.
Tom, remember the offseason we had, Tom. Remember all the bad times, Tom.
How can
That's
you
why I'm
forget?
saying this.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I'm saying this. Because like we are all down on them. We're all down on them, rightfully so, right? And like that's when they do like weird shit to us.
Yeah.
That's when they give us a 10-7. You know what I mean? That's when that sneaks its ugly head out. Like 10-7.
It's so
I know
weird.
what's going to happen. By September, Tom's going to be like, you know what? Winning the division.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, give me another corner. Give me another corner. You might be hearing me. Another corner because this front's going to come get you. We already know that.
Oh, damn it.
Come on,
Here we
Tom.
go.
man.
Here we
Led the
go.
league in sacks last year. With
Todd.
a piss poor offense, never having the lead. Think about that for a second. They led the NFC in sacks with never having the fucking lead. It's pretty good work.
Mhm.
Pretty good work. So give them a lead once in a while. Maybe we can run the ball a little bit better. Right? Listen, this glass is full as it can get right here. It can't get any fuller. This is Kool-Aid. This is for the Kool-Aid sipping junkies.
Yeah,
I'm
we got
gonna give
9
you-
running backs.
Let me give you this hypothetical. If this line is a huge freaking if stays healthy, this offense is better. It's just common sense. I don't care who the hell's playing quarterback. Like he's competent enough. If he's going to get protection, like any quarterback in this league, right? He'll be good enough to be like a 9-win team. You understand what I'm saying now? Like I'm not telling you guys anything like NFC title game. I'm just telling you to compete in the division. It's not like crazy because this division stinks outside of the Cowboys, who I look at as like the big bad wolf right now. The rest of the division stinks. And I like the Giants are tough. They have a worse quarterback than we do. like we know he can't play. We don't know Hurts can play. We just know he can't. Right? Fitzpatrick's going to turn the ball over 50 times a game, which is going to kill that defense. They're the opposite of what they were with like a game manager and Alex Smith, where they won all their games at. They relied on their defense.
Wait, I keep
That's
forgetting he's
like a
there.
turnover machine. I love Fitzmagic, but there's a reason he's a journeyman. So, like, it's a bunch of teams bunched together. And we assume the Cowboys are the big bad wolf. But if this roster is healthy, they're a 500 roster. They're about a 500 roster.
Mm-hmm. Next
If
game.
the quarterback can play.
Maybe even if he can't.
Can't be worse than last year.
That's true.
Listen, he's got weapons to play with. So
Or can it?
last year we had nobody blocking anybody. So I can't even judge it off 11. I won't judge it off
Okay.
11. Yours I won't do it with the Jalen either. You understand? If I give 11 the pass of nobody picking up a block for him, then I'm definitely giving it to Jalen too. Now I know who's better, but you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
Like I'm not going to judge it then. Like give him a healthy offensive line. Give him the skill position players that I believe we have on the outside now with the 10th overall pick, right? And I think we got a good running back room now. I love Kerryon Johnson. I think that gives you some power mixed in.
Yep.
That's better than Jordan Howard. So, like, you're putting pieces around him to be way more successful than you ever gave for 11.
Greg's a big fan of Carry-On.
Yeah.
Well, you don't like Kerryon, Greg?
No, he says
No,
it-
I have no issues with Kerryon Johnson.
say the line, Greg. Say the line.
Small running back.
He's a downhill runner, power running back, but he's small.
He's literally the exact same size as Miles Sanders.
Yeah, but Miles isn't small. If Miles put his foot in the ground, you know this. Would you stop it?
I'm not saying I don't know this.
You tried comparing
Why do we
this-
continue
you
to
tried
go out
comparing
and
to
get the
Boston
same
Scott
things
last
we
week.
already have?
Oh my God.
These are
Boston
teams-
Scott.
Boston
Greg,
Scott's older than me.
Borrow the fucking telephone. Who would you rather? I'm gonna give you a couple scenarios, and you tell me which one you would rather have. And I'm not crowning anybody for fucking executive of the year or any of this shit. I'm just telling you which would you rather have: Miles, Kerryon Johnson, and Gainwell, or Miles, Jordan Howard, and Boston Scott.
Neither.
I'm
Just
gonna
pick
take
one,
Boston.
Greg.
It's such a freaking Greg answer.
I mean, it's neither. I mean, none of those groups would make me like, woo!
I think that first group is better than you're thinking if Johnson's a healthy guy.
Well, that's the other side of it too. Is Johnson's not been healthy, but but to that point though, I mean, Miles Sanders and Kerryon Johnson are literally the same size. Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell are literally the same size. So we go out and we continue to get backs that we already have.
They're two completely different
Greg
players.
wants the fridge. Greg wants the fridge. Give him
Let's
a lot.
go.
Give him a lot of the ball. If you're asking Greg, I hear you, but I think Kerryon Johnson's more of a power back.
I like Kerryon Johnson. You can have fun with when you draft him in fantasy. You can have fun with your name. Carry on, my wayward son. Like, it's fun. I like Kerryon Johnson. I liked him in Detroit.
I don't think you do. After that comment, I think you hate him. Like, I think you despise him as a person, not as a player, as a person.
No, I do. I like it.
I feel like you met him. Like,
I'm just so underwhelmed with the running back room. You know what I mean? And we're hoping and expecting a 5th round pick to pan out.
What do you mean pan out? He's a rotational back. That's all he is.
I don't care about him panning out, but you have a quarterback that runs too.
Yeah.
So
it's also a problem because we don't have a quarterback.
Oh my God. I don't disagree with you, but you don't know that. We assume that. Like, we assume that, but we don't know if he can play.
Then we're going to be really good.
I'm just giving the other side of it. Like, what if he can play?
I hope he can play.
Their track record on second-round picks is not nothing to write home about. So I'm not going to tell you he can. But if he can,
we're going to be good if he can.
Watch out.
That's my biggest question is, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, what do we have there?
Do we put any stock in the work ethic?
That's the only thing that lets me buy into him even a little bit.
I don't know. I can't believe we're having this conversation right fucking now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to be, fucking Santa on Christmas, giving out wins here and drinking as much full glass of milk as I can. And I don't know. You always just want to have hope, right? Sure. And I look at what they've done, and I can say that they've gotten better. And I can't make that case for the quarterback position, but I can say for every other spot outside of the left cornerback position, they've upgraded. Like Anthony Harris, upgrade, right? The Wilson, upgrade at linebacker, right? So everything they've done, they've upgraded positions that they needed help with. Now, wide receiver Devontae Smith, you've upgraded, and you hope a healthy offensive line's an upgrade. And that's the final piece. If they stay healthy, this team's gonna be better than anybody thinks they are. That's just
if they decide, hey, we're actually just gonna keep Zach Ertz instead of giving him away for free, that's another bonus too.
Listen, he might be a best Howie P. I don't agree with you. He's a backup QB at best. I don't disagree with you on that. Right? I'm just telling you, if you give a guy offensive weapons and an offensive line that can block for him, guys can look better than they are, especially with the skill set to run around. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm hoping he can play, because what good is it to say, oh, he's a backup at best? No, that's maybe how I feel, but off of his track record. But the guy's won games everywhere he went at the college level. I got to give some credence to that, and I will. And he's another Bama guy, and I love fucking Bama guys. So right now, my future center's a Bama guy. My quarterback might be a Bama guy for the future, and my number one wide receiver is a Bama guy. So you're building a culture of at least winning. Like, I don't give Howie Roseman credit for anything. Nothing, zilch, period. But the one thing you can always give him credit for in this organization is when they have a bad year, they usually bounce back. They usually do, right? They usually do. Not saying this year they will, but their track record of doing that is better than not. And when you have to build a new culture now with a young head coach, I love having guys like this that are young natural leaders. It's so important. It's so important. These Bama dudes are ready to go. I mean, you're at a pro level down there with Saban. The way he beats you up. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying every Bama guy is going to be great. I'm just making a point that, like, when we're rebuilding a culture, right, boys and ladies, right? And lady, I should say. It depends what you want to call Greg tonight, because he's a little frisky. You know what I mean?
He's something else.
But it's great. I love it. But everybody understands what I'm saying, though. Like they've done it in the past. They can do it again, because I know there's a lot of aging guys on this roster. I get it. But if those aging guys stay healthy, like I said, last year they led the NFC, I believe, in sacks at least.
Correct. Yeah.
Or second in the league. And when did they have the lead? Like, think about that. That's mind-boggling. If they get the lead once in a while, who knows? Maybe they can be better.
They're always playing from 3 touchdowns down after the first quarter.
Yep.
Seemed like every game. No, I see where, Tom, like we talked about, and you mentioned it a few minutes ago. This organization doesn't have a track record of being, a horrific team for 3+ years. They'll have a down year, and they'll rebound. And, like, I'm not trying to replicate it to what 2016 was, but, I mean, if we rewind how we were talking and how this fan base was talking entering that 2016 season after the disaster of the Chip Kelly, all that stuff fell apart. It's like, oh, well, this team's going to suck for years. They had a 7-9 season the year after, and then they did what they did after that.
Yeah, and it's like June 1st hasn't hit yet. So, like, I don't know. Did they go get another corner or two? Like, it hasn't hit yet. Like, they're not going to be done. They're not coming into the season with that at cornerback. Like, I think everybody's delusional if they think that. I'm not telling you they're going to go get a Pro Bowler, but they're going to go get a competent other outside starter. You can book that.
It's going to be
like,
it's going to be Sherman.
Even if whoever it is, I'll take Richard Sherman. I don't care. Like, I mean, go give me another leader then. Go give me another alpha. I don't care if I know he's not the same guy, but I'll take Richard Sherman over Avonte Maddox playing the outside any day of the damn week. And I'll feel like going in the matchup, I'm a lot more competitive with 2 physical corners. So I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to give you some hope. We all love football season, and nobody wants to come in.
Thank you for your service, Tom.
Yeah, it's like we'll do a prayer service prior. We'll make Jalen Hurts be able to throw from the pocket. That's what we'll do for the people. We made Joel walk. Frank, get the water ready, and we'll get this rolling soon. Not tonight. We'll wait till like September. Let's get him through camp first.
Yeah,
let's get him scheduled.
Camp, though, to be honest.
Let's go through preseason. The next game, week 10. They go back on the road, this time to Denver against the Broncos.
Oh, I mean, after Tom's speech right there, you got to go win. I mean, who's going to follow up that with a loss?
The air's tough in Denver, as we know from our superstar.
From Ben, yeah.
Drew Lock is their quarterback. Drew Lock is
I'm going to go loss. Aaron Rodgers is going to torch us.
Aaron Rodgers is going to torch us. Shut up.
I don't remember the last game I gave. What was the last game? It was a little
Chargers at home.
Chargers at
and
home.
You said loss
because
you wanted to start evening it out.
To find some losses.
Let me give a loss here because I got a run coming in a minute.
Another one.
I had this game as a loss.
Here goes the run to the playoffs. Here we go.
42 games straight at home. It feels like coming up.
Yeah.
We don't get on a plane for a year.
a lot of own beds.
Yep. This is where Jalen earns his next contract right here.
Yeah.
Frank?
Then we're back home, week 11, against the New Orleans Saints.
They
Win.
I keep wanting to say win, though, but
Lost.
I'm going to go L.
Who? Jameis Winston?
I don't. Taysom Hill, I don't know. But I need to find a loss, too.
Win. Let's go. Yeah. I'll Sanders rush for 50.
Jameis.
Like we said, we're going to lose games we don't think we will.
Well,
Eagles win.
In reality.
Frank just ate a W.
You watch Winston will end up being like comeback player of the year or something crazy.
All right, week 12. We're back on the road. This time we're going 90 minutes north to the New York Giants.
Win.
Here it comes. Win.
Yeah, we're going on a roll.
Here it comes. Got Washington twice coming up soon, too. Doubled it.
I have them winning 5 out of 6 games and 7 out of 9 games.
Yeah.
Like, are we more excited about beating the Giants this year than the Cowboys?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hate I hate the Giants. I hate Cowboys too.
But I feel like it's been like reignited. The hate with the Giants, which is great.
I mean,
yeah, it definitely has.
Yeah,
I can feel it in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that, but you know what I mean. I'll leave that for Frank. Vocal.
I've got them at 6-6 right now.
I don't even know what I have at 12.
No, I can't.
I have them. Let's see. For me, leading up to the New Orleans game, because I didn't give my Giants prediction, I have them at 5-6.
I have them at 7-5 right now. Oh my God.
And
I
then
lost track.
with my Giants prediction, that'll bump them up to
7-5.
7.
We'll be prancing.
I had them starting
6-6. So
I had
the
them.
Giants within.
I had them starting 1-5, and now they're 6-6.
Damn.
That was pre-speech too. Like even pre-speech.
Listen, Culture changer, Tom. Culture changer.
Culture change.
I just ran you all Bama guys. The next thing you know, we're all
Go Bama. Go Bama.
Great locker room guy. Great locker room guy. This one. This one's a great locker room guy.
the culture builder. Ask a doable.
Yeah.
Frank.
Sorry.
All right. The final stretch of games. Week 13. We stay up in East Rutherford to take on Zach Wilson and the rest of the New York Jets.
Oh my God, that's a win.
Win.
Winning.
8-5. Would you stop it, Tom?
5-game winning streak.
Oh my God, we're gonna be a playoff team. This can't be. And 3 first-round picks. Oh my God, we'll be jerking each other off.
Oh my God.
We'll literally be a circle jerk next April. Can you guys imagine?
Like I'll be jerking off. I don't even have a dick. Oh my God.
That's fine. Enjoy the party.
We're gonna be like the Boston Celtics when they made the playoffs and had the number 2 pick or number 1 pick and they traded out. Yeah.
Skiing all up and down the hill. Feel it in your dick. Eat too. We could be like, look, oh my God, we fucking won 10 games. And we got 3 first-round picks.
Howie hero.
Howie's a genius. Howie's a genius.
I'll be licking Jeffrey's taint in fucking April.
Yeah, you and Howie. You and Howie.
Going for the drop.
Give me a little lick, Jeffrey. Little lick. You can't milk a cat, fucker.
Oh, that tongue.
Oh my gosh.
Continue, Frank, somehow.
Yeah.
I regret everything. Seriously. I'm a Philadelphia fan. I regret it all.
Frank.
All right, week 14, we got a bye week. So going on to week 15.
Win. Oh my God! Think about bye week, week 14. We're 8.
All we do is win, no matter.
We're feeling delicious, Tom. We're going to the bye.
The guys are getting healthier. Oh my goodness!
Oh no,
we got Washington coming out. Washington coming out of the bye.
Sirianni post buys like Andy.
I'm dead.
All right, so week 15, we stay home.
Oh, sleep in our own bed.
Washington Fighting Yousefs.
Washington.
Washington Yousefs.
Oh my God!
Washington Yousefs.
Oh my
Give
God!
me a win.
Dial it in.
I've got to say loss because I got to calm down right now because I don't want to have them going on a 7-game winning streak.
Oh yeah, I do. I love it here.
I'll say that's the Fitzpatrick game where he torches us.
Oh God!
I got us winning.
Week 16, we stay home, and we take on the New York Football Giants.
We stay in our own beds again.
Yeah, that's a win.
I can't do this again. That's a loss.
Are we going to win both?
Yeah, I'm going lost. Yeah.
That's
9-7. Yeah, lost.
I have them split.
I think I got him. Where are we at right now? Jesus.
I think I'm at 9-7. I think. Or does that not make sense?
I'm at 9-6.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh.
I'm at 8-7.
Okay, I guess
9-6.
I'm at 9-6. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at 9-6. I think.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta find Ross now.
Which means Cowboys week 18.
Week 17, we go to Landover to take on Washington.
Loss.
That's a win.
Loss.
That's a loss.
Yeah, they're going to lose one of those.
It's a loss. It's a loss.
Yeah.
Now I got a tailspin.
And to conclude the season, the home game on January 9th.
You stop it, Moe. Stop it. Don't wish that on us, even though I only have 6 wins.
Against Dallas.
Loss.
That's a dub for the playoffs. 10-7. They better get themselves in.
No, wait. I have them winning that too. Yeah, because
Hold on, let me see.
I have them losing the first one.
10-7. They
Yeah,
stink it.
I got 10-7 as well.
Dude, me too.
I've got them 9 and 8.
What is
The chances
happening?
of this happening are about 5%.
6-11.
Yes, that's more realistic.
Yeah, I had 6 and 11 too. Yeah.
More
What is
realistic.
wrong with us?
Not much, Tor, when we go 10-7. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm shocked by this.
you're like A2D told you.
You heard it here first.
It's like it's like your video from the Falcons game, Tom, when you were up in the stands. You didn't believe. I gotta find it now. I gotta play it. Oh
man.
Right, nobody did. You know what I mean? Remember, I was the only guy out there when the media crushed Doug Peterson. Everybody remembers this because you guys were all part of A2D. Tor wasn't here, but she'll believe it. And when Doug Peterson's little fiasco, like this reminds me of my Packers teams during OTAs, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, how can you say that?" And I'm like, "That's what coaches do."
Here you go, everybody.
Doug said that?
Yep. Well,
I hate you.
keep it going.
I almost passed out on the field when that happened.
The big fella.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God! I thought they had him. I knew when he scrambled out. I said, "Oh my God! He's gonna complete it! Oh my God!"
What the fuck is wrong with you?
The emotion. Let's go.
Wilson's like, shut the fuck up.
Wilson has no voice.
Oh shit! Hold the snap.
You just hear Tom in the background. Nobody believed. Nobody believed. You can still hear it.
Oh my God, like I can't breathe.
Special times.
Somebody in the chat said, and Tom's been going off ever since.
Tom, I gotta be in that video in the morning. I gotta be like Eagles fans next January when the Eagles win 8 games and finish in, when the Eagles win 8 games and finish in 3rd place.
Oh,
You
God,
didn't believe
no.
it. You didn't believe
Eagles fans after the schedule's released.
Yep.
You post that right now.
Tim McManus is with you guys. He's got him at 7 wins.
I can't.
He's going over. He's saying over 7 wins.
Well, the funny thing is, earlier I said we're going to have under 6 wins, but now I have us at 10-7.
His
so I don't
bold
know what the
prediction:
hell.
Philadelphia will be in contention for the division title heading into Week 18.
That's not bold at all.
When
That's
you
not
play
that
the
bold.
NFC East, you're almost never out of it. After all the
Exactly.
turmoil over this last year, the Eagles will have a chance to climb back into the postseason with a home win against Dallas.
Yeah, how's that bold though if we're never out of it? That don't make no sense.
Because it's bold when your over/under from Vegas is set at 6.5.
Yeah.
So that's bold to say from 6.5 wins, you're going to be in contention at the end of the year.
Not in our league.
Yeah, I mean that's the fickle part of the NFL. I mean,
Yep.
it's weird. I don't want to say teams come out of nowhere, but playoff teams sometimes come out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's always
man.
teams that shock.
I'm just so excited for the freaking Eagles and the Sixers to win the championships again.
I'm so excited to stop talking Eagles. I need an
We're
off
just
season.
getting started.
I know. I need an off season though. Like I'm just so sick of it. Sorry, no offense.
That was our off season. It's over now.
Greg, what do you look forward to?
Three
Fucking
putting,
Jets.
3 putting on greens.
I can
I knew that.
No, I just right now the Eagles are but it's always this way, right? It's always that in Philadelphia. There's just no off season for the Eagles. I just for every once in a while, I'd like the Eagles to go away for a little bit and we could talk about the other things like we did for the first 2 hours of the show. We could talk about the Sixers.
I was gonna say we did that.
Oh, yeah. I'd rather talk.
No, I
Sixers
know.
than-
No, I get it. We're good.
Salty, Greg.
No salty.
A lot of spice. I agree with you. I could.
Why we don't talk it on Sundays?
They don't go away. They're they're yearly talk in this town for as long as I can remember.
Absolutely.
Long time. Sometimes they don't deserve that conversation. This would probably be one of them times.
Current state.
And everyone wants to travel all over the country and spend all this money on this freaking team. I can't.
It's amazing. As soon as the schedule comes out, the junkies come out.
I know.
Yeah.
I travel here for a game.
I mean, I'm one of them.
I'm already
but-
booked in Vegas, by the way.
I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to New York. Like
42-7 would be a tough plane ride back.
TTPS.
It sucked being in Nashville after that loss 2 years ago. Because then you get all the idiots, or maybe it was 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But you get all the idiots then, like, all right, it's one thing, all right, we lost, enjoy it, but they're still chanting throughout, even after we lost. I'm like, you idiots, we just lost. Can we stop and chant one time, please?
TTPS is a great question. He says, is there a better chance the Sixers win the finals this year or the Eagles just make the playoffs next year?
definitely the playoffs. It's hard to win the freaking finals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I can't. I'm gonna go Sixers. I'll go Sixers.
Is there a better chance of the Sixers win the finals?
What about getting to the finals?
Sixers.
Yeah, I would say Sixers because they
say
should. If they're in serious talks and if they have a serious chance to get to the finals, then they obviously have a really good shot to win the finals. Like, it's like, what should happen? Well, the Sixers should be in the conversations for the finals. Based off of everything that's going on with the Eagles organizationally, they really shouldn't. I'm not saying they won't or they will, but they really shouldn't be in the playoff discussion this year. Now, knowing Philadelphia, it's going to end up being the Eagles make the playoffs and the Sixers don't get out of the second round. Like, just because that's Philadelphia.
Yep.
It's tough, though. It's tough.
And the way the NFL is, you'd almost want to say playoffs.
Playoffs! Playoffs!
I don't have them like joking around here making the playoffs per se, but I'll go with the Sixers.
And then Philly Sports Passion says, better chance the Phillies win the NL East or the Eagles win the NFC East. Eagles. Sorry.
Phillies.
I'm gonna go Phillies on this one.
Wait, are we back in first place yet now with the Phillies anyway?
No, the Mets.
The Mets are still.
Mets don't lose right now. Haven't lost right now.
And talk about another rivalry that's like all
Chili
up
Gate.
again.
Chili
Freaking
Gate.
Mets.
The tough one. Phillies, I guess. I don't know. I mean, give me the Eagles.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. That's a tough
You're
one.
really riding for them.
It's just that one's a tough one.
Tom knows what the Phillies have done to us the last 10 years. He knows.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been a long time.
They got to show me more. They finally won a road series. I can't tell you how long that.
They're due. They're due for it though.
Okay, then sure, we'll go Phillies. We'll
All right, thank you.
This is the biggest toss up in HUD history here. That question.
This might actually take the cake. Actually, who makes the playoffs? The Flyers or the Eagles next season?
Eagles.
Eagles. You'll never see me bet on the Flyers. Sorry.
Yeah.
What up, Don? We see you, brother. Said, what up?
What up, brother?
My new work schedule got me all screwed up. I haven't been able to check out the live feeds. Miss you guys. Miss you too, Don.
Thanks for chiming in.
Thanks, Don.
Thanks for chiming in your crazy schedule.
Fitzpatrick isn't consistent. Oh, I thought that's an inconsistent Howie. I was like, wow. I was like, good for you. You know what I mean? Sound like Roseman. Yeah, he's inconsistent. I mean, everybody knows what Ryan Fitzpatrick is. No, it's the Cowboys NFC East to lose, Marky Mark. No question about it. Absolutely. That's not even up for debate. Highest paid quarterback, highest paid roster per se. You know what I mean? a lot of talent, a lot of star power. It's theirs to lose, but that's why the NFL is great. But listen, anything else? Any closing arguments?
No, sir.
Kerryon Johnson is not a small running back. That's my last remark. Yep, that's right. You go off screen.
Hide.
Let's clinch the first seed with me in the building tomorrow.
I want to clinch. Let's go.
Get it. Break
And
your
now
curse.
for that reason, put all your money on Miami. So I'm putting my money on Miami. That way, if we win, I'll be happy as hell. If we lose, I'll make money.
If you can figure out a way to bet from Florida, let me know.
I'm asking my cousin to do it for me on FanDuel.
Oh, okay. I've had accounts locked for doing that, so that's why I don't do that anymore.
Fuck, I probably shouldn't have said that on here. Just kidding.
Oops.
No, it's not anything. It's not anything on here. It's just if you just don't check your phone on FanDuel before you have your cousin log in.
Oh shit. Okay, so I'll look at it tonight.
They're gonna ping your GPS where you're at, and then when they have somebody else log in New Jersey, it's going to be like you can't be in two places at once.
No, I'll have him do it from his account, and I'll just like Venmo him the money.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't know. Super chat.
You know what? I could do it for the people again if you like. I might. I think I need a little, maybe another month or so to wind down, but we can maybe arrange that.
Yeah, we could probably maybe months.
Maybe two.
Exclusive drop on the A2D OnlyFans.
Let's make it an annual thing.
Yeah, good thing to have a yearly thing. I mean, really want to plan that out.
PC.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't even read the last part of that sentence. Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh yeah, there was an ending to that sentence.
Oh my gosh! But you know what I will say? Somebody sent me this video or this picture of Lenny the other day on Twitter, and I was like, "God damn!" Like he could have got it back in '92. Tell you that.
Yeah. For sure. Could have been a steroid stalking.
I'm just saying.
PC, perfect cut.
Ew.
Perfect cut.
I'm traumatized.
We'll end it on perfect cut.
Exclusive drop on the A2D OnlyFans.
Coming
soon. Yeah, hit me up on the socials. I lost a lot of followers, so stay tuned.
About to lose one more after that plug. Oop.
I'm such an L.
We'd like to thank the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox for sponsoring every Wednesday night. Many of us and our families deal with mental health and addiction issues. We're happy to support the Counseling Center and Sunrise Detox. If you need help, please call 856-651-8117. Peeps, great fucking show. Family out there listening, we appreciate and love you all. Turn your alerts on. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Shows daily. We out.
Lakers
Yeah, we all schedule breakdown tomorrow, I'm sure.